if I showed up kind of late, coming from another state. Oh, holy smoke, can't you take a joke, can't you take a joke, take a joke, take a joke. That was the lipstick on my tie, that was only cherry pie. Holy smoke, can't you take a little joke? Oh, and if you wrote to Mrs. Fairfax, ask her what to do. And if you only gave her the Fairfax, she'd say, I love you. Oh, honey, I never told those lies. It must have been two other guys. Holy smoke, can't you take a joke? Holy smoke, can't you take a joke?
The worst way to start the day off is to get out of bed on the wrong side, especially if your bed is right next to an open window. So here, climbing back through the window in his pajamas, holding his ears against the cold, as his wife holds her ears against his language, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
That rat of an architect that planned the window right next to a bed. Here, help me get in through this window, Molly.
Oh, you poor dear.
Oh, the dirty thing.
McGee, watch your language. And shut the windows cold,
It's colder out there.
Oh.
Rat the dead rat.
I'm so sorry, dearie. How'd you happen to fall out?
I had a nightmare. All night long, I dreamt that I couldn't get to sleep. What a night. It was terrible.
Well, that's too bad.
Well.
Hurry up and get your clothes on, dearie. I'll have breakfast ready in a jiffy.
And I'll tell you right now, Mrs. McGee, I'm not going to shave today.
You're not?
No, I'm not, and that's definite, see?
All right, sweetheart. I don't blame you a bit.
Well, huh? What was that?
I said I don't blame you a bit. You're just as handsome to me with or without a shave.
Well, every other time I wanted to go without shaving, he says, get in there and shave.
Now, never mind what I used to say. I could be wrong, couldn't I?
You could... Hey, I'm going back to bed. I'm still dreaming.
No, come on to breakfast. Just put on your robe and slippers.
What? You mean you're going to let me come to breakfast in my bathrobe?
Certainly. And here's the morning paper. You can read it whilst I make the toast.
Well, gee. Thanks, Molly. Hey, what are we going to have this morning? Same old wheatsy bitsies, I suppose.
Well, it was you that insisted on our getting the wheatsy bitsies, dearie.
It was?
Yes. You said they'd improve your performance at first base.
Well, I got a nasty note from Judge Landis. I ain't the only one either. I'm tired of wheatsy bitsies, Molly. Why don't we have wheat cakes and sausages once in a while?
That's just what we're having this morning.
Huh?
And I got some genuine Vermont maple syrup, too.
Oh, boy, Vermont maple syrup. When did you get that?
Yesterday.
I didn't see it.
Well, you wouldn't have recognized it. It was packed by the Farley Packing Company and labeled Republican Sack. Dad rat. Now, what's the matter? I thought that was a pretty good joke.
Yeah, but you know how radio is. Now, I got to think up one to annoy the Democrats. You really don't mind if I don't shave, Molly?
Not a bit. Not a bit.
Don't want me to shave at all?
No, I just want you to be comfortable and happy. Now, come to breakfast.
Okay, wait till I shave.
Answer the door, dearie. I want to start fixing the wheat cake.
Okay, I'll get it. Who can be around here this time?
Oh, there, McGee. Good morning, good morning.
Don't give me that cheery good morning stuff, Gildersleeve. You can't be your old sourpuss self. Don't talk to me.
My old sourpuss self, eh? Yeah, that's very good. My, that's a handsome bathrobe you have on there, McGee.
Yes.
It is a bathrobe, isn't it? Oh, and that's a neat idea there, using a piece of old clothesline for a belt. I imagine it's very comfortable.
Well, you're wrong. It ain't. It cuts like a knife.
McGee, breakfast is here. Oh, good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
reason I stopped by was to bring you these ducks.
Yeah?
Yes, a friend of mine was out hunting yesterday and gave me more than I could use. Here you are.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, forget it. After all, there's nothing like having good neighbors, is there? Well, good day, Mrs. McGee. Good day, Fibber.
Goodbye, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hey, what's got into that guy, anyway? I think he ought to go see a skin specialist.
What's the matter with his skin?
It's getting so thick I can't insult him anymore. I'll throw them moth-eaten mallards out in the garbage can and let's have breakfast, Molly.
Oh, well, all right, dearie. I'll throw him out right away. Anything you say.
Good, and I got... What was that?
I said anything you say, McGee. You know best.
Oh, no, I don't, Molly. Not always.
Why, of course you do.
I do?
Certainly.
Well, okay. Let's keep the ducks, then. No use throwing away good food, is there?
No, and I'm sorry I suggested it.
Oh, forget it, Molly. We all make mistakes. You're just impulsive.
I know. Now, come on and have your breakfast. I've got some nice country sausage.
Can't we have a minute's quiet in this house? Here I am, half sick with the indigestion, and I can't even eat my wheat cakes and pork sausage in peace.
Calm yourself, McGee. I'll see who it is. Come in.
Hello there, daughter. Hello, Johnny. How you fix for Valentine's? I got some beauties here with cupids on them, but I'd advise you not to take them.
What's the matter with the cupid?
Oh, too risque, daughter. The kids ain't dressed decent.
Oh.
See? Don't believe we want any old-timer. Personally, I can never decide between the comic ones and the sentimental ones. Never know whether to wow 'em or woo 'em.
That's pretty good, Johnny. And that's exactly the way I hear it.
It is?
Yep,
Detail for detail?
yep, word for word. Yep. Well, not quite, Johnny. The way I heard it, one feller says to t'other feller, say, says, I see where they had quite a cold snap down south. I'll say they did, says t'other feller. Got so cold the boll weevils were swapping a bale of cotton for a pound of wool. Say, didn't you get up kind of early today, Johnny?
Oh, no, this is not early for me. I used to get up at 4 o'clock when I was a bugler in the Army.
Bugler, eh?
Yep, and a good one, too, if I do say so myself. Even got decorated by General Pershing. And as he was pinning the medal on me, he says, boys, he says, there's nobody in the Army that knows the bugle like McGee. Bugle Nose McGee, I was known as in them days.
Oh, my.
Bugle Nose McGee, the brainiest blower of the battle bazooka that ever bulldozed a battalion of brave boys to bolt bed and blanket for bath and breakfast by blaring a bedlam of fellows on the brass bagpipe, bringing bravos and bouquets by my brilliant performance from salads and banquets, benefits and barbecues, and boosted as the Beethoven of the bugle from Mr. Brahms way back in Europe. What's that I smell?
Your cakes and carrots.
While we're waiting for Fibber and Molly to return, I'd like your attention for just a minute. Tonight I have a pleasant surprise for all you good friends who have been buying Johnson's self-polishing glow coat and Johnson's paste and liquid wax. Our sponsors have declared a consumer dividend on these famous polishes. A dividend for our customers, which gives you 1/3 more for your money. On most dealers' counters right now, for as long as they last, you'll find extra large packages of Johnson's glow coat and Johnson's wax containing 1/3 more than the regular sizes. You pay only the regular price. The extra 1/3 is your consumer dividend in appreciation of the way you've been buying Johnson polishes. This dividend offer is good for all important sizes, pints, pounds, quarts, gallons, and so forth. But remember, dealer stocks are limited. They'll go fast. So ask your dealer tomorrow for Johnson's self-polishing glow coat and Johnson's paste and liquid wax in the extra large containers that give you 1/3 more for your money.
cakes and sausage good. I'm so dead red at stuffed I could hardly get dressed. Look, I can't even get my belt around me.
That's the strap off your wristwatch, dearie.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I wondered what made that buckle tick like that.
I see you shaved, too.
Yeah, I didn't want this Orson Welles guy to get the idea he'd started a fad. Oh, boy, am I stuffed. Well, come on, let's go for a walk, Molly.
All right, dearie. Let me help you on with your coat.
Huh? Oh.
There. My, you look so well in a mackinaw. But I guess you're just the outdoor type.
Oh, go on, am I really? Oh, shucks, honey. Hey, where's my other mitten?
Dear. McGee, if you lose those mittens once more, I'll have to put the string back on them.
Okay, I'll be careful. Let's go, Molly.
Oh, my, it's lovely.
Hey, don't walk so fast, Molly. I'm too full of breakfast.
All right. Here, let's hold hands.
Huh? Oh, okay. You know, we ought to do
Look, McGee.
Huh?
Here comes Mrs. Uppington.
Uh-oh.
Look at her walking along with her nose up in the air.
She holds her head so high she's got a double chin on the back of her neck.
Well, I'm afraid we'll have to stop and talk to the old cat. She's... Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington? So nice to see you.
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppy. What you limping for, Uppy? You got a Charlie horse?
Well, if she has, I'll bet it's a thoroughbred.
Well, it's really a result of trying to form a whistle concert orchestra.
Oh.
Yes, you see, when Maestro Mills took me to reclaim some of the band instruments from the, now what do you call those quaint little novelty stores with the 3 big grapefruit over the door?
Oh, could they perchance be, hot shots?
Oh, yes, hot shot. Oh, my. Oh, you know, I always believed those were some sort of fruit and vegetable store.
Well, they are, kind of, Uppy, in a way. That's where you go to trade your old 10-carat turnip for 5 berries. Oh, boy, am I hot tonight. What's that got to do with your limp, Uppy?
Oh, yes. Oh, really, I'm almost ashamed to tell you it's so ridiculous.
Come on.
Well, you see, the back seat of my town car was simply filled with band instruments, and somehow I got trapped in a tuba. Oh, really, such a time as we had. And to extricate me, Dr. Mills had to play 3 choruses of Ain't You Coming Out? Oh, really, I guess I am such a silly girl. Goodbye.
I wish he'd got caught in a violin instead of a tuba.
Huh?
I was all set with a crack about the cat and the fiddle. Well.
Oh, come on, Molly, keep walking. I'm cold. We don't...
Oh, hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Well, hello there, folks. Stop for a little constitutional?
No, just taking a walk.
Is that so? Well, walking is great stuff, all right. But that isn't the way I get my exercise.
Uh-oh. Folks, in the year 1900 A.D., a little child was born. And as he toddled across the kitchen floor of a modest little home in Omaha, Nebraska, he saw in his childish imagination a vision. A vision of himself as a grown man, still toddling about a kitchen floor. And that floor is your floor, folks. And that man stands before us tonight, Harlow Wilcox. You take it from there, Harpo.
What in the world are you talking about? I was about to tell you how I got my daily exercise.
Oh, well, how do you get your exercise, Mr. Wilcox?
Yes, Harlow. As the Indian chief said to his long-lost brother, who he hadn't seen for 25 years, because he'd been working in the mint, posing for pennies, how?
Why, it's simple. Setting up exercises in the morning, a brisk canter through the park, hour or so of handball in the gym, and,
Well, go on. Don't you get any exercise delivering those big cans of, oh, you know.
oh, yes, that too. Well, glad to have seen you looking so well, Fibber. Keep it up, pal. We're all proud of you. Well, so long, Molly. Take good care of that old Fibber boy.
Goodbye, Mr. Wilcox.
Imagine that guy. Well, as the president says when they asked him about his 3rd term, Molly, do you realize he didn't say a word about Johnson's logo?
Why, he did he? Or how marvelous Johnson's self-polishing glow coat is for linoleum floors?
And did you hear how he talked about me? They're proud of me, he said. Old Fibber boy.
Well, I don't see anything wrong in that. We are proud of it.
Hey, what is all this anyway?
What's what?
Everybody being so dad-ratted nice to me. First Gildersleeve comes along.
Ah, there. Good day, short, sharp, and ship shape. Good day to you, my dear.
Hi, Boomer.
Looking for you, charming people. Wanted to send you with a couple of tickets to the preview of Pinocchio.
Oh, how nice.
Oh, come off of it, Boomer. You don't give nobody nothing. What's the angle?
There is no angle, worm. Just because I love you, Tom. Now let me see. Where'd I put those tickets for Pinocchio? Pinocchio.
I think it's all a joke-yo.
Now let me see. Here's a letter from my nephew, Agamemnon. Says he would have passed the bar examination, but he flunked in dry martinis. Handful of crossword puzzles. Ah, yes. I was saving those for a brainy day. What's this? Oh, here's a funeral notice of an old friend of mine. Poor lad. He was an expert at telling mushrooms from toadstools. He thought. Yes, well, here's a neat little stiletto. Hope to play a game of mumblety-peg on a certain party's epiglottis tonight. Well, imagine this. Here they are, 2 tickets to Pinocchio.
Oh, we have to find the ticket.
Thank you.
Why, not at all, my dear. Glad to do it. Always been an admirer of yours and your handsome little husband. Good day.
My handsome little friend. Oh, Molly, come on. What goes on here? I'll get a nasty answer out of somebody if it takes all the king's horses and all the king's men. Are the king's horses here?
No, but the king's men are.
Huh? Oh, that's swell. Folks, we present the King's Men, who will sing a beloved old American classic, The King's Men.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. He played the bagpipes all day long, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he played his song, E-I-E-I-O. For here, for there, here, for there, forever, what for?
I don't think it was always a children's song.
He used a putter on the green,
What the fuck animal is that?
Put here, put there, here, put there, for here, for there, here, for there, forever, what for?
He makes the same
Old
noise.
MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And when he sliced them in the rough, E-I-E-I-O. Cut here, and cut there, and here, cut there, for bang, put here, and put there, here, put there, for here,
Did you
for
say
there, here, for there, forever, what for? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. He drove the ball clear out of bounds, E-I-E-I-O. Off ball here, off ball there, here, ball there, for a high ball. Cut here, and cut there, here, cut there, for bang, put here, and put there, here, put there, for here, for there, here, for there, forever, what for? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a daughter, E-I-E-I-O. Salesman here, salesman there, Harlow Wilcox everywhere. Lost ball here, lost ball there, here ball there, for high ball, cut here, and cut there, here, cut there, for bang, put here, and put there, here, put there, for here, for there, here, for there, forever, what for? Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And when he saw the salesman there, E-I-E-I-O. Boom, boom here, bang, bang there, boom there, bang there, buckshot, salesman here, salesman there, Harlow Wilcox everywhere. Lost ball here, lost ball there, here ball there, for high ball, cut there, and cut there, here, cut there, for bang, put here, and put there, here, put there, for here, for there, here, for there, forever, what for?
Don't ever tell me they didn't have good drugs in the 1940s.
Well, boys.
Well, come on, McGee. We're nearly home. Aren't you feeling any better?
No, I ain't. Dad, Braddock, why'd you make me eat all them wheat cakes and sausages, Molly?
Wasn't that terrible of me? Oh, I'm such a bad girl to you, aren't I?
I wish I knew what was going on around here. There's so dad ratted much sweetness and light, I'm getting a little suspicious. What's the matter, Molly?
Oh, here comes that little girl from across the street, McGee.
Good. Maybe I can pick a fight with her.
Now, McGee, pick a fight with somebody your own size.
Well, she's just about the size of the fight I want to pick. Hi, little girl.
Hi, mister. What you doing?
Taking a walk.
Where to?
Oh, no place.
Hmm?
I says no place. Not walking anywhere.
Well, gee, then how do you know when you get there?
Now, listen, sis. I ain't in any mood for a polite chit-chat. Now, let me pass. I gotta finish my walk.
Okay. Can I take a walk with you, please, mister? Can I, please? I like you.
Oh, kid, get the hell out of here.
No, you can't take a walk with me. This is walk for my health.
Oh. Well, remember what Confucius said.
What did Confucius say?
Confucius say, quote, "Man take long walk, matter of health. Lady take long walk, matter of form," unquote.
I don't believe there ever was a guy named Confucius.
Me either, I betcha.
Huh?
Hmm?
Don't you think Confucius ever lived?
No.
Huh?
No. I think he was the little mandarin who wasn't there, I betcha. But so long, mister. Now, don't forget I'm going to marry you when you grow up.
You're gonna marry me when I grow up. When I grow up? Hey, did she say that? Why,
Now, calm yourself, calm yourself. We're almost home.
Oh.
Oh, there's Mr. Gildersleeve's Great Dane. He's brought you a stick, McGee. He wants you to throw it for him to fetch back.
I'll throw it for him. Here, Hamlet, give me that stick. I'll throw this to Dad Ratted far by the time he gets back. He'll be a great, 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 great Dane. There. Go fetch it, Hamlet.
Oh, heavenly days, McGee. Look what you did.
Huh?
Broke a window in Mr. Gildersleeve's house.
Well, Dad Ratted, it wasn't my fault. I just threw it where the dog told me to.
You're perfectly right, dearie. That dog should be taught not to give people sticks to throw and break windows with. But just to be safe, we better get in the house.
Oh, let's stay right here. I don't give a darn if I broke Gildersleeve's window. I hope Gildersleeve does get sore. I've been just pining for a crossword from somebody all day.
Well, here he comes, McGee.
This ought to be good. The minute he lands with his right, I'll cross with my left. Give him the old Dempsey one, too. Ooh!
He's trying
Stop
to
chatting
fight
about McGee
somebody.
before you knock yourself out.
Oh, I'm glad I finally got...
McGee! Did you break my dining room window?
Well, you see, Mr. Gildersleeve...
Now, let me handle this, Molly. Yes, Gildersleeve, I did bust your window. So what?
It was a peach of a shot if I ever saw one.
What a compliment.
You mean...
I'll bet you didn't do it on the first try.
Why, he did too, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, yeah?
Dad ratted Gildersleeve, I did, I tell you. I just took that stick and wound up like this and let her flicker. Like that. Oh, gee, Gildersleeve, I didn't mean
That
to...
was splendid, McGee. You've got a wonderful eye.
But Mr. Gildersleeve, that was the stained glass window in your dining room. Why, it's ruined.
Yes, I know. Shake hands, McGee.
Huh?
If you had to sit at my breakfast table every morning under that stained glass window and see my mother-in-law in Technicolor, well...
Oh, shucks, Gildersleeve.
I'll bet you can't make it 3 out of 3, McGee. Come on, try it again.
Oh, now, wait a minute there.
Come on, McGee. See if you can hit that little window up there on the left.
Huh?
Upstairs.
Way up there?
Yeah. We'll surprise my wife. She's taking a bath.
Oh, no, thanks, Gildy. I'd like to, but no, I better not.
Oh, scaredy cat.
I ain't either a scaredy cat.
Oh, here, stop it, you two. Control your energy. The barber season will open soon. Just send us a bill for the broken windows, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, no, forget it, folks. I enjoyed it.
What?
Well, thanks a lot, McGee. My, I wish I could throw an old stick like you.
That does it, Molly. That does it. That absolutely does it.
Does what, darling?
And never mind that darling stuff, too, either. I want to know what's got into everybody. Hey, Molly,
Yes,
look me in the eye.
yes.
Did you go and buy that fur coat after we decided that it cost too much? Is that why you've been...
No, dearie, I didn't buy it.
Oh, I guess you didn't. That wouldn't explain why Boomer and Wilcox and everybody's been so dad-ratted nicey nice. Molly, for the love of Mike, what is it? I can't stand all this stuff. Everything is too pleasant. I ain't used to it. Please, Molly, what is it?
Heavenly days, McGee, don't you know?
What?
Why, this is your birthday.
My Why don't somebody tell me these things?
Here's an interesting letter we received recently from a lady in Kentucky. Since using Johnson's low coat, she writes, I've decided it should be listed not only under household hints, but under beauty hints as well. I could hardly believe my eyes when I beheld what Glow Coat had done for our drab-looking floors. It was amazing, this new beauty, and it took hours off my work, giving me more time for relaxation and personal beauty care. Well, it's naturally gratifying to any manufacturer to get letters like that, and the truth is, of course, the product itself has to merit them. That letter was written because Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat actually does do wonders for drab-looking floors, especially kitchen linoleum floors, without any work of rubbing or buffing. It does save hours of cleaning. It does give more time for relaxation and personal beauty care. And it will do these things for you. So why not buy a can of Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat tomorrow?
McGee. Do you feel any older?
No. The only thing that makes me feel old is when I think of the wonderful inventions that have been made since I was born. Automobiles, radio, television. I'll bet one of these days we have television sets right in our own automobile.
Oh, no.
Hey, did you hear
Imagine
that?
driving along in your own car and seeing Fibber McGee's face right on your
He goes
dashboard.
up there one day, we'll have televisions in our
Wonderful.
automobiles.
Right next to the choke.
Good night.
Right
Good
like
night,
that.
Doc.
Some sort of screen in their car.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you all to be with us again next Tuesday night at this same time. Good night. This is the National Broadcasting Company. The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly, with Bill Thompson, the King's Men, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Ma, He's Making Eyes at Me. Did you ever see a kid with his little nose pressed against the window of a candy store? Well, Fibber's no kid, and 79 Wistful Vista's no candy store. But otherwise, that's about how he's been acting the last couple of days. And here, taking one more peek out the window, as his wife looks on in bewilderment, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
I wonder what's delaying that mailman.
McGee?
Huh? You speaking to me,
I
Molly?
am that. Now tell me, why have you got your eyes glued on that mailbox?
Heavenly days, act like a barefoot boy waiting for the sprinkling wagon.
I'm expecting something.
Well, what?
I'm sorry, Molly, I can't tell you. This is going to be a surprise. This is something big.
Oh, it is?
You betcha. You better mark this date on your calendar, Molly. As Mrs. Roosevelt says when she hands her column to the printer, this is my day.
Now, McGee, stop this foolishness now.
Oh, boy, here it is. That must be the mailman. Hi, mailman. Have you got a package for her? Oh, excuse me, girls.
Oh, that's all right. Can you use my sister and me in your new Johnson Wax program?
Well, I'm sorry, girls. I'm afraid not.
We'll be glad to take your names in case we have an opening later.
Oh, thank you. My name is Charity, and this is my sister Faith.
Oh, where's Hope?
Pepsid and got him. Thanks anyway.
Pepsid got him. Dad, Brad, I wonder what's holding up that mailman.
Well, when I see the loads of mail the poor lads have to carry, I wonder what holds any of them up. Why don't you call up the post office?
Oh, no use. They've taken the phones out temporarily. Politics.
Politics?
Yep. Seems every time they got a ring, somebody threw a hat into it. Wow. Am I hot tonight? Hey, where is that mailman anyway?
Well, have you tried looking in the mailbox? Maybe he came while we were having breakfast here.
Say, I never thought of that. What's the matter with me anyway?
Well, shall I tell you it random or alphabetically?
Where do I look in the mailbox? Hey, Molly, I got it. It's here. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Well, what is it? What is it?
You see this little box, Molly?
Yes.
This contains the key to all our future prosperity. Ah, here it is. Oh, look, Molly.
What is it?
Look. A genuine Egyptian good luck ring.
Oh.
I just know who
And only
caused
39
that.
cents postpaid. See? It's got the head of the mystical sacred sphinx.
It certainly does.
Listen to this, Molly. From the moment you put on this ring, you will be guarded by the spirit of Amu Hotep.
Oh, my.
To make it cast its spell, merely rub it 3 times, saying to yourself, meanwhile, zwiggle, zwoggle, zwoggle.
Heavenly days. Kid stuff.
Oh, yeah, you wait. From the minute I slip this ring on my finger, Molly, I get nothing but good luck. There it goes. There. Now, let me see. Oh, yeah. Zwiggle, zwoggle, zwoggle. Now you'll find out what... Let Mr. Morgenthau in, Molly. Tell him I won't take a federal job for less than
Oh, a bunch of
$25,000 and a
plastic
red leather
package
chair.
that thinks it's good.
If I had your confidence, I'd take a phone slug and parlay it into 1,000 shares of AT&T. Oh, hello, Mr. Wilcox.
Hello, Molly. Say, Fibber, you left your car at the garage to have the oil changed, didn't you?
Yes, I did, Harlow. Now, don't tell me they found that my crankcase is made of solid gold.
No, they told me your transmission is all shot. The frame is cracked, the cylinder walls are scored, and you need a new engine block. I was going by and I thought I'd tell you. Sorry, pal.
Well, Amu, how about it?
Yeah, I only just put the ring on this minute. Ah, now it starts. Give me that phone. It's Fibber McGee speaking. What? Oh, hello there. Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's all right. Oh, but look, sir, ain't you satisfied? Hello? Hello? We was cut off.
Who was it?
Our sponsor. Wanted to know what I thought of Eddie Cantor. I wonder... Hey, Molly, let me see our Johnson Wax contract a minute.
I don't know where it is, dearie. You were looking at it last night.
Well, it's on that table with the rest of them papers.
Oh, heavenly days. I thought those were all old newspapers, and I started the fire in the furnace with them this morning.
What? You threw out our contract? Oh, for the love...
You answered, McGee. I'm afraid it's Boris Karloff for the Valentine.
Well, I ain't. I got confidence in this ring. I'll answer it. Swiggle, swaggle, swiggle.
Special delivery for Fibber McGee.
Okay, I'll take it. Here's a nickel for you, Bud.
A nickel?
Yep.
Gee, I've seen everything now.
Ah, special delivery, Molly.
No doubt it's from Egypt, inviting us to the opening of a tomb.
Yeah, well, you can stop your scoffing right now. Look at this. This is from Corpus and Habeas, the lawyer.
Oh, so now we're being sued for something.
Molly, sometimes you're more suspicious than a kid with a detective badge. And we ain't being sued. Listen to this. Dear Mr. McGee, as the administrators of the estate of your late uncle, Spud McGee, of Pocatello, Idaho, we wish to inform you that you are the sole beneficiary to his estate of 10,000 acres. Wow. Please stop in our office in the Lawyer's Trust Building at once so we may turn over your inheritance to you. What I tell you, Molly, we're rich. Get your hat.
Hold it, huh? Maybe this is somebody's idea of a joke. I never heard of your Uncle Spud McGee in Pocatello, Idaho.
Oh, sure you did, Molly. Uncle Spud was the one that made a fortune in Idaho potatoes.
Potatoes?
Yes. He made a great discovery.
What was that?
One day he took a potato, peeled it, sliced it real thin, and fried the slices in deep fat.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, Uncle Spud was in the chip. Come on, Molly, let's go. Play, Billy, and thank you, Amu Hotep.
While we're waiting for Fibber and Molly to return, I'd like your attention for just a minute. If you own stock in a good company, you have the pleasant satisfaction now and then of getting a dividend. But did you ever hear of a dividend for the customer? A consumer dividend? Well, right now, you get a consumer dividend when you buy Johnson's self-polishing glow coat and Johnson's paste or liquid wax. On most dealers' counters, you will find extra-large packages of these famous products containing 1/3 more than the regular sizes. You pay only the regular price. The extra 1/3, your consumer dividend, is made possible by your steadily increasing purchases of Johnson's Glow Coat and Johnson's Wax. This offer is good for a limited time only for all important sizes, pints, pounds, quarts, gallons, and so forth. But when your dealer's stocks are gone, there won't be any more. So see your dealer tomorrow and get Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat and Johnson's paste and liquid wax in the extra-large containers that give you 1/3 extra free.
Office is right in this block. I told you this good luck ring would do the trick.
Well, it's doing the trick, all right.
Betcha.
So far, your car's a mess. Your contract's burned up. You just got your foot caught in the streetcar track and then tore your coat on a signboard. I don't know. McGee. McGee, where are you?
Right down here in this manhole.
Here, let me help you out. Hurry, here comes Mrs. Uppy.
Huh? Who? Where?
Driving down the street in her electric town car.
Look at her in that portable showcase.
Yes. Old hen under glass. Yoo-hoo, Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. McGee? And Mr. McGee.
Hi, Uppy.
I'm just on my way to the concert rehearsal.
Oh, by the way, how are you and Billy Bills coming along with your concert, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, we have a marvelous program laid out. Yes, for our first concert, the maestro and I plan to present the works of Debussy.
Oh, Debussy. Well, he's got a nice little outfit. I heard him play Jump and Jive on the radio the other night, and he was hotter than a mail-order magic lantern.
Oh, I'm afraid you misunderstood. Debussy has been dead for 20 years.
He has?
Yeah.
Just you'd never know it to hear him play.
Have you and Mr. Mills only got one concert laid out, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, no, my dear. 2. The second one will be devoted entirely to the works of Johann Strauss.
Strauss?
Yes, Strauss. Oh, surely you know Strauss. Yes, the man who made the waltz famous.
Oh, yes, Strauss. Strauss.
Yeah, yeah, Strauss.
Well, really. Well, I might have known. I am all the ignorance. If Strauss were alive, I'm sure he'd turn over in his grave. Goodbye.
Strauss, the guy that made the waltz famous.
Everybody knows that the waltz was invented by Wade King.
shucks. Well, why should we tell her? Let her find out for herself. Oh, here we are, Molly, the Lawyers Trust Building.
Well, let's go in.
Wait till I rub my ring. Swiggle, swaggle, swoogle.
Look out for that truck, McGee.
Oh!
Oh, dear, muddy water all over your clothes. You and your ring.
I wouldn't mind it half so much, but that truck was from the Careful Cleaners.
McGee, the things that happen to you shouldn't happen to your worst enemy, and that's you, too.
Okay, let's hurry. This whole trip has been nothing but dilly-dally.
Well, I don't know about the dally, but it's certainly been a dilly. Come on, here's an elevator.
Oh, okay, I'm coming.
Going up. Oh, hello there, Johnny. Hello, daughter. What floor you on?
Oh, take us up to the office of habeas and corpus, old-timer.
Okay, fasten your safety belts. Here we go. Second floor, breaches, speeches, and legal leeches. Third floor, writs, torts, non-supports, and contempt of court. Fourth floor, bills, wills, codicils, and divorce mills. Fifth floor, blaming, framing, defaming, and counterclaiming. Sixth floor, matrimony, subject phony, testimony, and alimony. Seventh floor, all out for corpus and habeas. Well, so long, kids. I gotta go take my flying lesson now.
Flying lesson.
You know, I sort of admire that old man for trying to keep up with things.
Go on, he's lucky if he can keep up with the payments on his last set of teeth. And speaking of luck, Molly, let's get into that
Well,
lawyer.
hello there, Molly. Hello, Fibber. How's everything?
Oh, wonderful, Mr. Wilcox. McGee has just come into a fortune.
A fortune?
Yeah, my Uncle Spud McGee remembered me in his will, Harlow. And it's all due to this good luck ring that I'm wearing. See? It's Egyptian.
Maybe Mr. Wilcox isn't interested in these good luck charms, dearie.
Oh, but I am. For instance, millions of people believe they can ward off the evil spirits of dirt and wear from their linoleum floors by using Johnson's self-polishing glow coat. And they're right.
McGee, what are you doing?
Rubbing and buffing my ring.
Ah, but Johnson's glow coat requires no rubbing or buffing. Saves you time and money on cleaning bills and housework, and gives you more time to enjoy the good things in life.
Well, but I'd rather have my good luck charms.
But Johnson's glow coat works like a charm. Ask any housewife.
See the way I let him into that, folks?
Say, Fibber, do you smoke a pipe?
Huh? Why, yeah, I was smoking my pipe just a few minutes ago.
I thought so. Your coat pocket is on fire. Well, so long, folks. Good luck.
What? Good old Harpo. Hey, what did he say about my coat? Hey! Oh, help! I'm on fire!
Well, slap yourself, McGee.
Slap yourself! Where? Oh! There, now. Is it out? Good.
It's weird because the later episode is all about how he starts smoking a pipe.
Oh, shucks.
He
The
stops
archaeologist
smoking
says when he read
cigars.
the name on the mummy he just dug up, oh, cut.
At the end of the episode, he throws a
Now,
pipe
come on,
in
here's
the
the lawyer's
fireplace.
office. Oh, just a second. Wiggle, woggle, wiggle. Okay, let's go. Hey, Sid.
Yes?
We would like to see Mr. Corpus or Mr. Hayes.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Corpus and Mr. Habeas are in court right now fighting our case. A big damage suit.
Which side are they on, Sid? Complainant or defendant?
Both. Mr. Corpus complains and Mr. Habeas defends. It keeps the business in the office.
Ah, there, Miss Goldbaum.
Good afternoon, Mr. Corpus.
Pardon me, Bud. My name's Fibber McGee. I came in to collect my inheritance.
Ah, yes, that case of Fibber McGee. Where is it, Miss Goldbaum?
I'm sorry, Mr. Corpus, but you drank the last bottle for New Year's.
No, I'm talking about the will, not the willies. Hand it here, let me see. Oh, yes. Your uncle left a mighty valuable estate, McGee.
Oh, boy, you hear that, Molly? A mighty valuable estate. Now, what do you think of this good luck ring?
What were you about to say, Mr. Corpus?
Well, as I was going to say, the estate has been subject to the usual costs.
Oh, of course.
There was the federal inheritance tax, the state inheritance tax, various probate fees, legal retainers, and administrative charges, not to mention...
Oh, sure, of course.
As a matter of fact, your uncle left no cash.
What?
And for a short while, we considered selling the farm to provide the necessary money.
Oh, you considered that for a short while.
Yes, just for a short while.
Oh, well, that's relief. I
Yes. Then we went ahead and sold it.
see. What? You sold it?
Yes. And now for the residue.
Oh, there is a residue, eh?
Oh, of course. Here you are, Mr. McGee. This package is yours.
Oh, thanks. Well, what's in it?
The things your Uncle Spud McGee lived the best.
Oh, the things he loved the best. Good old Uncle Spud. Well, what is it, Bud?
6 beautiful Idaho potatoes.
Because Uncle Spud's looking for fucking potatoes.
Our new vocal feature, The King's Men, now sing The Lamp is Low.
McGee, for the last time, are you going to take off that Hindu hoodoo?
It ain't Hindu, Molly. It's an Egyptian lucky ring.
It's an Egyptian eyesore. Will you please get rid of it, dearie?
Oh, well, I'm trying to get rid of it, Molly, but I can't get it off my finger. It's stuck.
Another blessing for Mamu Hotel. Why don't you just give it the good old squiggles, woggles, woogle, and rub it off?
Well, I would if I thought... Oh, hello there, little girl.
Hi, mister. What you twisting around your finger?
Oh, just a ring. By the way, sis, I'd like to give you this ring.
Oh, Mr. McGee, this is so sudden.
Well, I suppose... Huh?
Thanks just the same. I can't take it, but I'll always be a sister to you, mister.
Oh, you got me wrong, sis. This is a lucky ring. How'd you like to have it?
Why?
Well, because it's lucky, that's why.
Ain't either, I betcha.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it ain't.
Oh, yes, it is.
Every other manifestation of medieval superstition have been successful, either in improving the status quo of an individual or protecting him from the dire consequences of his own folly.
What's that again?
Well, coming down to your level. A lucky ring is a lot of malarkey. Well, so long, mister. I'll see you in the middle of next week.
Now, come on, McGee. Let's hurry home. It's so cold this fox fur of mine is crawling under my coat.
Oh, hello there, Fizzer. Hello, Cupid.
Oh, hello, Mr. DePopulis.
Oh, how are you, Nick?
I don't know. I'm not myself today, and I don't speak to strangers.
Oh, how do you feel? Down at the mouth?
Oh, I feel good down at the mouth, but terrible up between the ears.
Say, I know what you should have, Nick. Something to ward off all your troubles. Like an Egyptian good luck ring.
Oh, I'm being very well to know that, Fizzer. As a matter of fact, I'm hearing a story about the same thing on the radio last Friday night.
Is that so?
They were calling it by the name of which the title was being Joe Louis and the Lucky Ring. I'll tell you about it.
Oh, we know all about that, Nick.
Well, sir, once upon a time, Signal, there was a boy living in Chile, South America. His name was called Arturo Godoy, and he was in the gloves business. One day, they were sending him to New York to exchange a pair of gloves at Madison Square, which is a garden where cauliflowers is being raised. And there he's finding a lucky ring which is belonging to a nice Joe named Louis. This Louis is inviting Arturo to come in the ring with him and play bingo. But after a little while, the boy from Chile is jumping up and down and kissing Joe Louis goodnight in a South American way. So Louis is asking himself, is this guy drowsing? And then Louis, who is a good kid, closes Arturo's eyes, but he can't put him to sleep. So pretty soon it is all over, and Arturo is talking in a microphone, and he says, Buenas noches, amigos. Este mi upele en diesen dag metade celesti coropalandisis, Adam Haas. And the moral to the story is being, beware of people who say they are giving you a ring sometime. Well, so long, Fizzer. So long, Cupid.
You see, dearie, you can't even give away your jinx jewelry.
Oh, let's not worry about it. We're home now. Hey, maybe I can pawn it off on Gildersleeve.
Well, it's worth trying.
Sure. Hey, Gildersleeve. Oh, Gildy.
What is it, McGee?
Come on out. Come on out. I got something I want to show you.
Oh, there, Mrs. McGee. What have you got, McGee?
Nothing but a genuine good luck Egyptian ring.
It used to belong to Amu Hotep, the goddess of misfortune.
Say, that's a humdinger. How does it work?
Simple. You just rub it 3 times and say, Zwiggles, Woggles, Woogle.
Is Wiggles, Woggles, Woogle.
Yeah, you got it already.
Say, that's very interesting.
Well, what'll you give me for it, Gildy?
I'll trade you my jackknife for it.
Let's see now.
Here, it's a good one, too.
Oh, yeah, there's a blade busted.
Well, what do you care, dear?
I'll tell you what, Gildy. Throw in a quarter and it's a deal.
I'll give you a dime.
Make it 15 cents.
You're a hard man, McGee. You drive a hard bargain. But okay. 15 cents and my jackknife.
Yep.
Come on, give me the ring.
All right. Help me get it off, Gildy.
Okay.
There you are.
Thanks. Gee, I can hardly wait to get it on, McGee. Let's see, now I'll rub it 3 times and say, Swiggle, swoggle, swoogle.
Hey, where's the 15 cents?
Oh, yes. Here's a quarter, McGee. Hey, you got a dime change?
Sure. Here you are.
Say, this is quite an old dime. Say, I'm a bit of a coin collector, you know.
Huh?
It's an 1894 dime. Well, I'll be.
Oh, what is it, Gildy?
It's an 1894 S dime. Minted in San Francisco.
Oh, is that considered good?
Good? There are only 4 others in existence.
Huh?
Why, this dime is worth $1,750, McGee.
$250,000 today.
$1,750. Oh, McGee.
Oh, my God.
Oh, this is marvelous. It's colossal. And all because of my Egyptian good luck ring. Imagine. $1,750. Why, now I'll be able to move to a respectable neighborhood. Goodbye, folks.
Come on in the house, dearie.
All of that. You see, Molly, I told you that ring was lucky. You shouldn't have made me take it off.
Oh, I know, but maybe you were rubbing it the wrong way.
Oh, wait a minute. I bet I was wearing it on the wrong finger.
Well, how do you know which finger's the right one?
Hey, I know what I'll do. I'll wear one on every finger. Give me that phone. Hello, operator. Give me long distance.
Who are you calling, dearie?
Hello, long distance? I want to get the Egyptian Lucky Ring Company. Yes, in Weehawken, New Jersey.
What are you going to do, McGee?
I'm going to order 20 of them rings.
Oh, but McGee, you've only got 10 fingers.
I got toes, ain't I?
If I may have your attention for just a moment, I'd like to remind you to write down on your shopping list for this week, Genuine Johnson's Wax. This double-purpose pure wax polish comes in both liquid and paste form. In either form, it does the double job of protecting and beautifying your floors, furniture, and woodwork. Most housewives know that when you walk on wax, you save your floors. And this is true because you are actually walking on the tough, transparent shield of Johnson's wax, and not on the floor surface itself. From time to time, this wax shield is renewed, and your floor is permanently protected. What's more, its beauty increases with each application. Haven't you noticed the mellow, well-polished glow of a floor that has been Johnson waxed for a number of years? You can have this much-admired luster on your floors and on your furniture and woodwork, too, if you protect them regularly with genuine Johnson's wax.
Hello? Hello?
Hasn't the answer, Jeff McGee?
No, I guess it takes a little while. Oh, hello, is that me, Hawkin? Oh, is that you, Mert? What's that? Oh, you can't connect me with him because... Oh, that's too bad. Well, thanks, Mert. Goodbye.
What's the trouble, McGee?
The Egyptian Lucky Ring Company is just burned to the ground. Good night.
Good night, Hawk.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you all to be with us again next Tuesday night at this same time. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
What the fuck?
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, the King's Men, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with I Know That You Know. Well, a right-thinking, serious-minded group of citizens has selected a prominent speaker to deliver an oration next Thursday on George Washington and his ideals. And here in the living room at 79 Wistful Vista, rehearsing his speech, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
And so, my friends, let us look back at those fearful days at Valley Forge, when discouraged and ragged, a little band of faithful men listened to their leader as he talked to them across the campfires. America's first fireside chat. My friends, he said.
McGee, what on earth are you talking about?
I'm rehearsing my speech, Molly. Men, we must cross the Delaware tonight. One, if by land. Two, if by sea.
Stop your malarkey now, Fibber McGee.
What'd you say?
What's this all about?
I told you it's my speech. I'm talking on the subject of George Washington and his ideals in front of a large and important group next Thursday morning.
Oh.
Hey, how's this for a gesture when I talk about crossing the Delaware? With my hand up to my forehead like this, like I was looking into the distance.
You look like a sinus headache looking for an aspirin. And who is this large and important group you're going to dazzle with your electrocution?
It's elocution, not electrocution.
I know it. I was just pulling a switch.
And if you must know, I'm speaking to the Wistful Vista Grammar School pupils.
Heavenly days, the whole student body?
Well, no. Just the fourth grade.
Ah, the poor little things. And what time of the day will this leaking gas be detected?
At 11:30 a.m.
11:30? You mean those innocent little kiddies have to take that stuff on an empty stomach?
Oh, Molly, I suppose you don't think I'll do right by George.
By George, I don't think you could.
Molly, surely you ain't accusing me, Fibber McGee, your own husband, of toying with the truth.
Toying with it? You'd make a municipal playground of it. Did you ever tell the truth for one solid hour?
Why, of course I did.
McGee?
Well, I bet I could if I wanted to.
What'll you bet?
Anything.
All right. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bet you a box of cigars against that fur coat I've been wanting that you can't tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth for 1 hour.
A box of cigars against that fur coat?
Right.
Well, as the castor oil says, when it heard the baby whimper, I think I've been taken. But okay, I'll do it.
It's a bet.
You betcha.
It's 2 o'clock, and for the next 60 minutes, you tell nothing but the truth.
Right. I don't think I'm going to like it either.
Well, you've made your bet. Now, don't lie in it. Now, remember, for 1 whole hour, you'll have to...
Somebody at the door, Molly. You answered. My foot's asleep.
Is that the truth?
Well, no. The truth is I'm just too lazy.
Now we're getting somewhere. Come in.
Hello there, daughter. Hello, Johnny. Want to buy a couple of cut-rate tickets for skiing lessons? Or do you know how to ski already?
Who, me know how to ski? Why, say, when it comes to skiing, old-timer...
A box of cigars against that fur coat, McGee.
Oh. As I was saying, old-timer, when it comes to skiing, I'm probably the dumbest guy that ever slapped a slope. I'm awful. Too fat. Too clumsy. 2 left feet. I'm hopeless.
Guess I'm in the wrong studio, folks. I thought this was the Fibber McGee program.
Well, it is, Mr. Oldtimer. Me husband has just made a bet to tell the truth for 1 hour.
And believe me, the next 55 minutes are going to crawl around like a beetle with a bunion. Oh, well, if nobody ever stuck their neck out, they'd make Pullman windows easier to open. I made it.
That's pretty good, Johnny. But that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller says to t'other feller, says, you got any idea how the Fibber McGee program ranks these days? Nope, says t'other feller. But it sure is, ain't it? Well, Johnny, if the truth gets too tough for you, remember George Washington.
Huh?
The reason he wore a 3-cornered hat was because he was always getting backed into a corner. So long, kid.
Yeah. So cool.
While we're waiting for Fibber and Molly to return, I'd like your attention for just a minute. Have you ever heard of a consumer dividend? Probably not. I don't know that any company has ever declared one before. Well, you get a consumer dividend now when you buy Johnson's self-polishing glow coat or Johnson's paste or liquid wax. In short, you get 1/3 more for your money. On most dealers' counters right now, while they last, you'll find extra large packages of these famous polishes containing 1/3 more than the regular sizes. You pay only the regular price. The extra 1/3 is your consumer dividend, in appreciation of the way you've been buying Johnson polishes. This offer is good for all important sizes, pints, pounds, quarts, gallons, and so forth. But you'd better hurry. We've shipped dealers an awful lot of these extra large containers, but a lot of housewives use these polishes. So ask your dealer tomorrow for Johnson's self-polishing glow coat and Johnson's paste and liquid wax, and get 1/3 extra free.
so slow. When'll my hour be up, Molly? I'll get it. Hello? Yes? Huh? Oh, you're taking the radio poll, eh? Oh, I see. What? Well, have I got to answer that, Bud? Okay, shucks. I hate to say it, but I think Fibber McGee and Molly is the best program on the air. Yeah, okay, Bud.
Well, if that isn't conceit. Of all the peanut-fed, hickory-smoked, sugar-cured hams I ever heard.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Molly. That ain't fair. I had to tell the truth, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sure. Who's that there, Dardo?
Wait till I peek out the window. Oh, it's Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, you mean old 395?
Why 395?
That's as close as she'll ever get to the 400. Don't you get it, Molly? I says...
Ain't funny, McGee.
Okay.
Come in. Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington? So nice to see you.
Oh, and how do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppy.
Well, what seems to be the trouble with you today, Mr. McGee? You don't seem as cheerful as usual.
He has a slight cramp in his style, Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, really? Nay, it must have been something he ate. I thought it strange to see Mr. McGee so silent. He's usually so loquacious.
What do you mean, loquacious? I ain't touched a drop since New Year's Eve.
No, she means Gabby. Gabby.
Oh.
Yes, as Maestro Mills was saying to me last night, Mr. McGee was born with a silver spoon in his mug, and there's been something funny stirring there ever since. Oh, really? I thought that was so whimsical.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait till I catch up with that guy. I'll wham the whimsy out of him.
Now, Mr. McGee, really, I didn't mean that. Now, what I came over for, Mr. McGee, was to get your opinion of my new hat. Oh, tell me, how do you like it? It just arrived from Paris.
Oh, why, it's simply divine. It really is. So uptown, chic.
Do you like it, Mr. McGee?
Huh? You want the truth, Uppy?
Why, yes, I do.
Okay, you asked for it. Uppy, that hat
Oh, McGee.
Huh?
Will you get me a glass of water? I think I feel a little faint.
Oh, my, you poor dear. Why don't you sit down there?
But getting back to that hat, you better sit down too, Uppy.
Now, before he says anything, Mrs. Uppington, let me warn you, never take McGee literally. He always means just the opposite.
Oh, really? How quaint. But I'm sure I'll value his opinion. Now, go on, Mr. McGee.
Okay, Uppy, I think that hat is marvelous. It's the most becoming hat you ever wore. Makes you look 20 years younger.
Well, heavenly day.
Oh, Mr. McGee, do you really think so? Oh, my goodness. 20 years younger?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, you always mean the opposite of what you say. So you mean that I look 20 years older? Well, goodbye.
Oh, now look, McGee. Let's call the bet off. It's too nerve-wracking.
Why, Molly, you mean you want me to lie about things?
Yes, I do. I mean, no, I don't. That is, I don't want you to lie when... well, at least you might be diplomatic. Oh, why did I ever start this thing? What makes you so contrary?
I ain't contrary. I'm just keeping my word. When Fibber McGee says he'll do something, he's going to do it in spite of you can't say it on the radio or high water or something like that there.
Oh, it's Mr. DePapolis.
Oh, hi, Nick. What's on your mind?
Hello, Cupid. Hello, Fizzer. I'm making a goodwill detour because I'm trying to find out why my customers is staying away from my candy kitchen in such a big crowd. If all the people who are not doing business with DePapolis are laying end to end, I'd step on his face.
Well, I'm sure I don't know why your business is so bad, Mr. DePapolis.
Well, I know.
You do, Fizzer?
You betcha.
Then tell me what is wrong before I'm going into bankruptcy.
Now, McGee, please don't...
Now, look, Nick. In the first place, your sandwiches are too thin. People that eat in your joint don't pry a sandwich apart to see what kind it is. They just hold it up to the light.
Oh, be a little more specific, Fizzer. What kinds of sandwiches are you referring to?
Well, your minced ham, your minced olive sandwiches, for one.
Oh, well, it is hard to mince an olive, so it is making a decent showing between two slices of bread.
I think Mr. DePropolis's candy is very good, McGee.
Oh, yeah? Well, while I'm telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, let me tell you what I think of his candy.
Sure, go ahead, Fizzer. But be kind to my chocolate rabbits. They might be somebody's mother.
Okay, forget the candy. But that chicken salad of yours, that's awful.
Is that so?
Yes, that's
The Popular's chicken salad is made out of the finest tuna fish money can buy.
Why, of course it is, Mr. DePropolis. McGee, now you've said enough.
I ain't said half enough. Nick, your coffee shop is the place where every good little soda mint tablet wants to go when it dies. Do I make myself plain?
Plain?
Yes.
You make yourself positively ugly. Listen, you and I are always being a bosom friend, but one more smart cracks from you and one bosom is finding a carving knife in itself, and guess who? So long, Cookie.
Well, now you've done it again.
Done what?
Broken up another beautiful friendship with your brutal frankness.
Ah, so you're beginning to see what telling the truth really means, eh? But that's the way. I mind the time I was elephant hunting in Africa. I was up on a high... Oh, hold on there. What am I talking about? I never been in Africa.
Nice recovery, dearie.
Well, thanks. But just...
Well, hello there, folks. Say, I hear Fibber's going to make a speech at the grammar school pupils on Washington's birthday.
Yes, he is, Mr. Wilcox. How do you know?
Well, I just came from the school. I had to make a speech there myself to the class in domestic science.
Oh, you did, huh? Well, what was your subject, Mr. Wilcox? Said he, with a sly wink at Racine, Wisconsin.
Well, I talked on the subject of too many cooks can't spoil the linoleum when it's protected with Johnson's self-polishing glow coat. Cute title, isn't it?
Very, if it leaves any time for your speech.
Well, I didn't need much time. I just told the pupils how they could keep their kitchens so much more clean and bright and cheerful with Johnson's glow coat.
That's right.
Because if they spilled a little gravy or a gop of goulash on the linoleum, they could just wipe it off with a damp cloth, you see?
That's absolutely correct.
So, of course, Johnson's glow coat was an old story to most of those youngsters. Their mothers have been using it for years.
And Mr. Wilcox is absolutely right. It's true, every word of it.
What?
He said everything you've been saying is true, Mr. Wilcox.
You betcha, it certainly is.
Well, I'll be a... You mean I could come in here and talk about our product without being subject to a lot of heckling that... My gosh, I've seen everything now. So long, folks.
Now, look, McGee, it's all very well to tell the truth, but do you have to work so hard at it and frighten all our friends?
Molly, when I say I'll do something, I do it. No halfway stuff with me.
I'll answer it, McGee. I'm getting afraid to have you talk to anybody.
No, sir, I'll talk to him myself. I feel kind of tough today. Feel like the organ grinder that always went around with a chimp on his shoulder. Hello? Who? No, Mr. Gildersleeve isn't here, Mrs. Gildersleeve. No, I ain't seen him since last Wednesday. In the stationery store when he was buying you that Valentine. Huh? Oh, you know Mrs. Gildersleeve, that big lacy Valentine with the red hearts. How'd you like it? Huh? Oh, you didn't get it?
For goodness sakes, McGee, now don't...
What say, Mrs. Gildersleeve? Oh, sure, your husband even wrote a little poem on it for you. Sure, I can remember it word for word. It says, here's to your eyes as blue as the skies, here's to your hair so golden fair, when you're away I always grieve, your Valentine, signed Gildersleeve. Hello? Hello? She hung up on me.
McGee,
Huh?
you know what you've done?
What you mean?
Mrs. Gildersleeve has black hair and brown eyes.
What? Well, I had to tell the truth, didn't I? Boy, will she have something to say to old Crocky when he gets home. Well, you know what Confucius said about that?
What did Confucius say?
Confucius say, man who... but wait a minute, the king's men can tell you better. Okay, boy, tell them what Confucius say.
Very many years ago in Park Cafe there lived a man therein. Many, many things he know, and those he don't, he take a gambler in. Like he make he talk, all he same like Mr. Wally Winchell. Confucius say a boy, a girl, a moon.
Make wedding bells ring out in month of June. Ding dong.
Confucius say a girlie act too shy.
Boy never say.
Good night, he say goodbye. Oh, Confucius, very, very wise, bring confusion in disguise. All day long he sing his song and fumble in his beard. Oh, little Johnny boy, listen what he say, never gonna talk something.
Confucius say all chorus girls are grand.
But always write the letters in the sand.
Confucius say if you write love in note,
You'll have to write big check for nice fur coat. Oh, Confucius, very, very smart, all the way to Curly's heart. All day long he sit and think he real Joe Miller chink. He make a wisecrack long ago, now same wisecrack on the radio.
he sticky neck way out, but him a clever so-and-so.
Confucius say a wolf is at your door.
Remember, he made nice rugs for the floor.
Confucius say cheer up and thank your star. Things couldn't be as awful as they are.
Copy that.
Confucius comes staggering home one night at 4. Confucius' wife waited to meet him at the door.
A furious wife of the rolling pin don't bother Confucius at all. Confucius looked much better with his back against the wall. Confucius say, Confucius lived too soon for radio, so no can broadcast all the things he knows. But if Confucius him alive today, Confucius say,
Look, this is really racist.
remember what Confucius said.
Hey, Molly, how much longer have I got to go on this truth business?
Well, not long, dearie. About 8 minutes. Can you hold out?
Well, I don't know. I'll try, but...
Oh, dear. Come in.
Oh, hello there, little girl.
Hi, mister. What you doing,
Just marking time, sis. Waiting for Tempest to Fugit, you might say. I says I'm waiting for Tempest to Fugit. That's Latin. Tempest Fugit means time flies, see?
Gee, how do you ever do it?
How do you do what?
Time flies.
Look, sis, I ain't timing a fly. I'm telling you... Oh, never mind.
Alrighty. Will you tell me a story, mister, please? And will you
Well, we might have to make another
please
pass
tell
right about
dandy
John.
stories, I betcha.
Why, sure, sis. I ever tell you about the time I fought the bear single-handed?
Did you
boy.
really?
Did I? Well, sir, here was this great big bear.
McGee, remember the fur coat?
Yeah. This bear had a coat of fur so long... Huh? Oh, the fur coat. Oh, I'm sorry, sis. The bear I meant was a little teddy bear, and I was only 3 years old at the time, and he got the best of me at that. I'm sorry.
That wasn't a very good story, I betcha.
Well, I know, but I'm working under a kind of a handicap today. See me tomorrow, sis. You go on home and get your mother to tell you a story.
I can't.
Why not?
She isn't home, I betcha. She went downtown to buy a snood.
What?
A snood. You know what a snood is, don't you?
Snood? What is it?
My daddy says it's a bustle that a woman wears on her brains.
Well, your old man is such a wit. Let him tell you a story.
He isn't home either. He's downtown buying a monster.
A monster? Go on, you can't buy a monster.
You can too, I betcha.
Oh, no, you can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, no, you can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
Oh, don't give me that stuff, sis. Where can anybody buy a monster?
At the Bonton department store, they're having a monster sale today only. So long, mister.
I think I'll wait for Dollar Day and go down and buy a few bucks. let's see. What did I do with my speech? Oh, here it is. And so, kiddies, you must all try and pattern yourselves. Come in.
Now, look here, McGee. You've interfered in my life once too often.
No. Take it easy, Gildersleeve. And quit pointing that gun at me. I can explain everything. Or can I?
Now, you see, Mr. Gildersleeve, McGee thought...
McGee never fought in his life.
Oh, is that so? You can't talk to my wife like that. About me.
I can't, eh?
No.
I'm a desperate man, McGee. You're trying to break up my home.
Huh?
You told my wife I sent a Valentine to another woman.
I never know such a thing. I told her you sent it to her.
But I didn't send it to her. I sent it to my Aunt Fanny.
Yes. Your Aunt Fanny.
So help me, McGee. That's the truth. But my wife won't believe it. And just for the trouble you caused me, McGee, I'm going to take my revenge right now.
Put down that gun, please, Mr. Gildersleeve.
It's too late!
Now, wait, Gildersleeve. You wouldn't shoot a guy with glasses on, would you? Where's my glasses, Molly?
One side, Mrs. McGee. I'm not a very good shot. One,
Oh, dear, what have I done?
two.
You'll know in a minute, Molly.
Oh, thank goodness. McGee, your time is up.
Wowee, I'm saved.
Saved? What is
Now,
it?
look, Gildersleeve, here's what happened. This whole thing was a joke, a frame-up. I planned this whole thing with your wife just for a laugh, you see.
You did?
Yeah.
Not really.
Sure. The whole thing was a gag. Now, you go on back home and ask her.
I'll do that, McGee.
You betcha.
Oh, boy, what a relief. My goodness, I certainly bit on this one.
Did not?
You should have heard what she called me, McGee. And to think it was just a joke. Well, I'm sorry to have made a scene, Mrs. McGee. So long, Fibber, you old rascal.
Oh, dear.
Phew. Where was I? Oh, yes. And so, kiddies, you must all try to pattern yourselves after George Washington, even as I have myself.
Oh, what's that?
Why, from the time I was a little child, I was the most...
All right, I'll take that inside if you want to leave that outside again.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment. Ladies, here's a recipe for a cheerful kitchen. Take 1 can of Johnson's self-polishing glow coat, add practically no work at all, and just watch that old linoleum floor gleam and sparkle. In fact, you can sit back in an easy chair for 20 minutes of relaxation and watch it shine while it dries. Glow coat requires no rubbing or buffing. You simply apply and let dry. The hours of work that glow coat saves you over a period of time, you can use for some of those many other things that are hard to squeeze into your busy days. For reading, bridge, shopping, or personal beauty care. And in the meantime, with your floors protected with glow coat, your kitchen will be a more cheerful place to work in, and your linoleum itself will last longer. So order a can of Johnson's self-polishing glow coat tomorrow. Spelled GLO-COAT.
We have nothing to do.
Oh, shoot, Thomas, that's what I'm on.
Just trying to get it clean so Mother Nature can dump on it again tomorrow. Yeah, I hear that. Especially cold you guys tomorrow. We've heard anywhere from like 3 inches to a foot.
From 3 inches to
Well, I made it, Molly. 3,600 seconds without
Yeah,
a lot.
I mean, you know, depends on where you look or what you're referring to.
Well, now I don't have to buy you that
What
bird
channel you
coat.
watch? Yeah, be careful.
You laughing at, Molly?
I cannot tell a lie, McGee. I bought that fur coat yesterday.
You got an answer for that? I mean, I kind of just
Good night, all.
look at the internet. I don't know. I go on most stuff instead of most. I just know whether.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you all to join us again next Tuesday night at this same time. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coats present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly with Bill Thompson, the King's Men, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Louisiana Hayride. At least once to every married man comes this haunting question. Button, button, who's got a button? And here, with a buttonless shirt in his left hand and pointing an accusing finger at his spouse with his right, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
What's more, I'm getting pretty tired of finding my shirts with no buttons on them. Do you realize, Mrs. McGee, that this is the third time that this has happened?
When were the other two times?
Well, once was in June of 1908, and the other time was 19... no, that was it. Well, let's see. In 1917, the Army turned me down on account of flat feet. In 1918, they took me anyway. It was in 1919, that's when it was. Or was it?
Oh, never mind, dearie. Hand me my sewing basket and I'll sew a button on that shirt.
Okay. Wow. Is this just a sewing basket? Look at the stuff you got in it. A Reader's Digest, bag of gumdrops, deck of cards, a radio script, a compact. Well, look, a hard-boiled egg.
That's a China egg, foolish. I use it to darn socks.
Oh. Well, I wish you'd keep our scripts and our eggs in different places. Oh, come on, Molly. Hurry up. I gotta get downtown on important business.
What important business?
I don't suppose you think it's important who's going to be the next president of the United States.
Why, certainly it's important, but what have you got to do with it?
I'm going to meet the fellas in front of Joe's Tavern, and we're going to discuss it.
I see. The pool room cryberry. You always... Oh, McGee.
Now what?
I haven't any white thread. I'll have to run over to the 10 cent
I
store.
can tell who's going to be president.
Get ready and come with me. Now, hurry.
Well, I can't hurry any
One more
faster.
year.
Well, why not?
I'm putting on this turtleneck sweater, and it's slowed me down. All this fuss about little white thread. Hey, Molly, it's too warm to wear that fur coat.
Oh, it's never too warm to wear a new fur coat, dearie. Anyway, if it gets too hot, I'll just close my eyes and remember how much it costs. That always gives me a chill. Well, let's go. I think I'm going to be a success in this fur coat, dearie.
What do you mean?
I just saw the curtains switch in Mrs. Gildersleeve's front window.
She stands in the window all day and checks up on the neighbors. When she was younger and her hair was redder, they called her the Orange Pico. Hey, look, Molly, here comes Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, goody. I was hoping we'd meet her today.
Goody? Oh, I see, on account of the new fur coat, eh?
Yeah. And if it doesn't make her face fall farther than they lifted it the last time, I'll be... Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington? So nice to see you. Oh, how do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Uppy, as the amateur ski jumper says when they ask him how the takeoff looks, hi.
I think that'll do.
my, isn't it a simply
I don't think she's going to get much better than that.
Yeah. Oh, what a gorgeous fur coat.
Fur coat?
Those are the stones that need it.
Yes, this. Yes, it's just a little thing I had made up to bum around in. It's a Siberian chinchilla.
Really? Oh, you had it made? Oh, then it's yours.
Why, of course it's mine. I got it at the same place where you got the ermine wrap you wear at the opera. You know, the one you always have sent home on approval.
Yes, really, it looks devastating on you, Mrs. McGee. It takes away that dumpy, I mean, you don't look so pudgy. Well, it simply does wonders for your figure, my dear.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Uppington. So sweet of you. And I do value your opinion so much.
Oh, now, please, my dear.
No, really. They say you were one of the best-dressed women in the country in your day.
And in the country.
So you really like my coat?
Oh, indeed I do, Mrs. McGee. You know, I think I shall order two exactly like it. They make charming little rugs for my rumpus room. They'll feel so lovely underfoot.
Well, I wouldn't know about that, Mrs. Uppington. So few of our guests come barefooted.
Yes, I am. What? Mrs. McGee, do you mean that my guests are... Very well. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Abigail. You should have got a pilot's license with that coat, Molly. I thought the fur was going to fly any minute. I'm kind of sorry, though, that you and Uppy ain't better friends.
Why?
Well, you two girls could have such a lot of fun together, hunting mice.
Are you inferring, Fibber McGee, that your wife is catty?
Oh, no, but it wouldn't surprise me to see you two sitting on a back fence some moonlight night singing a duet.
Now, look here, dearie. If you think I'm going to stand here and listen... Why, McGee, you're catching cold.
Oh, no, I ain't either.
Well, you must be. Your eyes are watering and your nose is all red.
No, that don't prove anything. Your Uncle Dennis always had a red nose and watery eyes, too, and he didn't have a cold.
We won't discuss me Uncle Dennis.
Okay. I think he's pretty unspeakable myself. Dad.
Oh, there, Mrs. McGee.
Oh,
Hello, McGee.
how do you do, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Oh, hi, Rocky.
What are you sniffling for, McGee? You got a little cold?
Who, me? Oh, no, I'm just rehearsing for a masquerade party tonight. I'm going as a bird dog.
A bird dog, eh? You know, McGee, I'm sorry you're not a bird dog.
Huh?
Oh, I'd love to walk along behind you with a shotgun.
Oh, yeah? Well, look here, Gildersleeve.
You hear that, Mr. Gildersleeve? Don't you think McGee should go home and take care of that cold?
I certainly do, Mrs. McGee. You know, I take him home, give him a nice cold shower, let him take 20 long breaths in front of an open window, and pile into bed with just a sheet over it, and an ice pack on his head.
Oh, heavenly days.
Go on, that'd chill me.
Yes. I believe it would, McGee.
Well, I didn't expect any sympathy from you, Gildersleeve. You got about as much tenderness as a nightclub furlong.
Is that so?
Yes, that's all.
And you deserve about as much sympathy as a tarantula with a toothache.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Break it up here, boys. Break it up.
Well,
McGee, are you going to do something about that cold?
Yes, and I think the first thing I better do is get out of this big wind that's blowing around here.
what you really ought to do is go home and get a coat on, McGee. That turtleneck sweater you've got on is terrible.
Don't tell me what to wear, Gildersleeve. I know clothes.
Yeah.
I've been known as a snappy dresser all my life. Even as a tiny baby, I can remember my nurse showing me off to people and saying, ain't he a dapper little fellow? Dapper Diaper McGee, I was known as. Dapper Diaper McGee, the ding-dong daddy of doggy dressers, devastating dimpled debutantes as I dined and danced from dawn to dusk in my devilish dandifying diggity dud, duped in denim or dolled up in dinner dress with diamonds dangling from my digits, drawn dirty digs from disappointed dumbbells that didn't dare do it up in decent dry goods, and doggone if I wasn't discussed and derided from a dilly drapery from Dutch Guiana's dells of death to the take it, Billy. I'm out of breath.
I to return, I'd like your attention for just a minute. Here's some great news from Racine. Listen to this letter. Dear Harlow, don't forget to tell our listeners about the new consumer dividend we have just declared for all our loyal customers. A dividend of 1/3 more for their money when they buy Johnson's self-polishing glow coat and Johnson's paste or liquid wax. Tell every housewife that right now on most dealers' counters, you will find extra-large packages of glow coat and Johnson's wax containing 1/3 more than the regular size. She pays only the regular price. The extra 1/3 is her free consumer dividend. Tell her we declared this dividend in appreciation of the way she has been buying these famous products. This offer is good on all important sizes, pints, pounds, quarts, gallons, and so forth. But only while the supply of these extra-large packages lasts. Tell her to hurry if she wants to get 1/3 more free next time she buys Johnson's glow coat or Johnson's paste or liquid wax.
McGee, let's not walk any farther. I think you ought to go home and go to bed while you're sniffling and sneezing.
Oh, no, I'm okay, Molly. This sure crept up on me quick, didn't it?
Well, try and close your pores a few minutes, buddy.
What do you mean, close my pores? You think my skin is made out of Venetian blinds? Why did this happen to me?
Hi, mister. Hi.
Oh, hello there, little girl. You better not get too close to me.
Why?
I got a cold in the head or something.
It must be a cold.
Huh? I said, look, don't you know colds are contagious?
I know it. Hey, mister, you remember my doggy, Margaret?
I was it one the other night. It's like, fuck, I'm about to eat this marshmallow.
Oh, she has
Shit
she?
about putting it in chocolate.
Incidentally, what kind of a dog is Margaret?
A poinsettia.
They're next to the microwave.
A poinsettia is a
Somewhere
flower.
above it,
It ain't a
maybe.
dog.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it ain't.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it
You
ain't.
find them?
Oh, yes, it is. Well, I bet you Margaret is, I bet you.
You mean to stand there with your little half socks full of ankles and tell me your dog is a poinsettia?
I do. His mother was a pointer and his father was a setter. Hey, mister, will you give me a job after school, please, will you?
Go on, what could a kid your age do?
Take care of your baby.
We haven't got a baby. If we had a baby, I'd be glad to help you out.
Oh, that's okay, mister. I'll bring my little brother and take care of him. I got a job.
Hey, wait. Well, grow me a beard and call me Orson. You hear that, Molly? She's going to bring...
Oh, come on, McGee. I think it's time you did something for that cold.
Maybe I had better get a checkup, Molly. What doctor shall we go to?
Well, there's the doctor's office right over there. You see the sign? Dr. Snaffle?
Well, hello there, folks. How's everything?
I got a bad cold.
By the way, Mr. Wilcox, what do you know about that Dr. Snaffle across the street?
Oh, he's all right. Great hand with animals.
Animals? Oh, he's a horse doctor.
Sure. But he'll take care of you, Fibber. You're full of horse feathers. You see, he being a doctor, I often talk to him about
Look,
how...
Hey, let go of me.
Oh, what's the idea, Mr. Wilcox? If you pull the neck of that sweater over his face like that, he'll smother.
Oh, no, he won't. But I wanted to tell you how I sold Johnson's wax to Doc Snap. I said, look, Doc, being a doctor, you've got to have an office that's not only immaculately clean, but can be kept clean with very little effort. Just a minute, Fibber, just a minute now. I told him that Johnson's wax would cut his office cleaning down to a minimum and would give that instant impression of cleaning, polished sanitation so important to a doctor's office. Quiet. No dust, no fingerprints, everything sealed against dirt and damp. Shut up a minute. So I sold him a big order of Johnson's wax. Okay, Fibber, what were you saying?
After that dreaded luck, what's the idea? Pulling my sweater over my face and me with a sneeze coming on.
Well, look. The way Johnson's wax beautifies and protects floors and furniture is nothing to sneeze at, and you know. Well, I hope it's nothing trivial, pal. If I were you, I'd try Dr. Cyclops down in the next block. So long, kid.
does his work, don't he? That guy wouldn't mind going to the electric chair if it had Johnson Black on it. It'd be just a love seat to him.
Well, I suppose he said
Oh, good day, my dear. And good day to you, Knuckle Brush. Why, what seems to be the trouble?
Oh, he's got a bad cold, Mr. Boomer. I'm taking him to a doctor right now.
Totally unnecessary, my dear. I have with me the famous old Boomer remedy for a cold which has been in my family for generations.
Which, the cold or the remedy?
Oh, Nipple Sergeant. We were so susceptible to colds and coughs, we became known as the Whooping Boomers. This remedy was devised by my great-grandmother, Beulah Boomer, who was stolen by the gypsies when a mere child.
Oh, not really.
Yes, indeed. But she came back the next morning with 4 gypsies which she'd stolen herself.
Well, let's see the cold remedy, Boomer. Might save me a doctor bill.
Certainly, certainly. Now, where did I put Grandma Beulah's cold cure? Have it right here somewhere. Cold cure, cold cure. This small bottle of nitroglycerin. I have to be pretty careful with that. I remember young Louis the Lamb from Alabama got blown up that way. Careless fellow. But that was Louis all over. Here's a note from another unfortunate lad. Poor chap. Just discovered a gold mine in California. Terrible predicament.
Well, what's so terrible about that?
My dear, he struck gold while digging a tunnel under a wall in Alcatraz. Ah, what's this? Oh, yes. Small electric battery for a jockey's saddle. Say, tell me, do the horses around here run on AC or DC?
Can't you tell by looking at the plug?
Don't scratch yourself, Seabiscuit. Let me see now. Here's an empty blank in the Bob Hope baby naming contest. Odd circumstance. Toothpaste program giving a prize to name a person with no teeth. Check for short beard. Well, that's no cold cure. I must get busy with the Ouija board and ask Grandma for another copy. Good day, my dear. Good day, being back.
Folks, the King's Men present their own beautiful arrangement of Lazy Rolls the Rio Grande.
Lazy rolls the Rio Grande. It doesn't make a bit of difference what you do. 'Cause lazy rolls the Rio and you never get to doing what you ought to do. It rolls along the bottom of its time through the dopey slime and the paradigm. It sings a song, and that's the reason I feel it's mighty strong about the Rio Grande. Life is sweet and easy there. The willows stay beside the Rio easy there. And no one's ever grieved there. For that's the way of living down in Rio land. You want the sleepy Rio just to roll along, sing the song, heading for the promised land. Lazy rolls the Rio, lazy river, rolling, 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 rolling along.
That was great. Dad, why do I have to go and catch this?
Oh, heavenly days. Hurry, dearie. The doctor said to keep doors down the street.
Well, for Steve's sake. Hello there, Snoopy. Hello, Scissors.
Hi, hello, Mr. DeCopolis.
Hi, Miss. What in the name of for the love of goodness sake is the matter with Scissors, Snoopy?
The poor lad seems to have just caught a bad cold in the head.
Oh, that's too bad, Scissors. besides the remedies I'm getting from my brother. He just sent it to me day behind yesterday.
Who sent it to you, Nick?
My brother, Laos.
Well, that's a fine way to talk about your brother.
Oh, that does not mean to be a derogatory remark, Snoopy. That's my brother's name, Laos.
Oh.
You see, when I'm being born, my mother is meaning to call me Nicolaus, but I am turning out to be twins.
Twins?
Sure. And so my mother is calling me Nicky and my brother Lousy. Well, you know, it was all very confusing, I'm thinking. All day long, people were always asking me, boy, are you him?
What about that cold cure, Nick?
Oh, yes. Well, first, Izzer, you take a Greek steam bath.
Oh, what's that?
Well, it's kind of a wet hot foot, but all over.
Kind of a Turkish bath, eh?
Exactly. Only it's entirely different.
Oh.
With a Greek steam bath, you're leaving all your clothes on.
Uh-huh.
It wouldn't hurt that suit a bit.
Well, is that all there is to it?
No, then you're going right to bed and lay all night between the spring and the mattress put.
Between the spring and the mattress, what's that for?
To press the suit. Then in the morning, you're taking 3 pills.
What kind of pills?
Personally, I like the round ones. And then you're taking hot eggnog, and believe me, you're feeling like a different man.
Sounds very efficacious.
Oh, what's the difference? How it tastes, Snoopy? Can you remember all those directions, Izzer?
Sure. A Turkish bath, a good night's sleep, a few round pills, and a hot eggnog.
That sounds like a marvelous menu.
Okay, then.
Hot eggnog.
Does, doesn't it? I wish you would write it down for me sometime in case I'm getting a case of influenza. And thank you very much for telling me about it. Right along, Izzer. So long, Snoopy.
Shit, what else did we find around here for the month?
What we really need is a sure cure for all the people we know who know sure cure.
Well, here's Dr. Cyclops' office.
One jug.
How do you do? I hope you have an appointment with Dr. Cyclops. He's extremely busy these days.
How's he getting along with his books, dearie?
Oh, he's... What? How did you know Dr. was writing a book?
Well, why should he be an exception?
I was going to write a medical book myself once, sis, but it was about a doctor that had his practice in Africa. One day he started to give a gal a hypo, and when he pinched her, she gives him a dirty look and says, real haughty, Dr. Livingstone, you presume. My hot tonight. That ends the first chapter, and the climax of the book starts.
Oh, good morning, Dr. Cyclops.
Good morning, Miss Jones. My, just had an interesting case at the hospital. Man came in and couldn't stop laughing, simply howling with glee. He's resting now.
What was wrong with him, Doc?
Oh, just overworked. He was a good humor salesman. You waiting to see me?
Yes, we were, Doctor. Me husband seems to have a bad cold.
I'm Fibber McGee, Doc, and this is Mrs. McGee.
How do you do, I'm sure?
Yes. Just step into my office, please. And Miss Jones.
Yes, Charlie.
Patience present, my pet. If Mr. Dobson calls again, tell him it is medically impractical to build up the fatty tissue in any particular location.
Yes, sir.
Tell him that if he must go to the doubleheader baseball game this summer, to take a cushion. That's all. Right this way, Mr. McSniffle.
McGee.
Oh, yes.
May I leave me fur coat with you, nurse?
Certainly, madam.
Oh, thank you. Go ahead, Doctor.
Sit down, please. Now then, Mr. McGee, you say you're a good humor salesman?
Yes. No, I ain't a good humor salesman. That was the other case. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Now, look, Doctor. Me husband is suffering from a cold in the head. Will you please
What?
examine him?
Of course. Pulse, please.
Is she on the toilet?
Yes. Pulse normal. Stick out your tongue.
Show him how you can wiggle your ears, too, dear.
God damn it.
How am I, Doc?
Well, it's hard to tell. Ever had appendicitis? Any history of green apple colic, bicycle knees? Feel any
what the
stiffness
hell
after seeing Gone
What's
with the
even
Wind?
weird is it's got this glow-in-the-dark paint on it.
Well, hey, Molly. Hey, look. I ain't got a sign of a cold now. I ain't even sniffed for 5 minutes.
Mr. McGee is right, Mrs. McGee. He's in perfect health. No fever,
Got that
no
other
cold
one.
symptoms
Sick
whatsoever.
I just
No,
used
boy, do
more.
I
don't know why
recuperate.
used two
I'm an easy
different
bruise,
hours
but a
just
quick
for the
heal.
same size thing.
What's wrong about that?
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Oh, yes.
Wait a minute, there it is
Oh,
right there.
I suggest you leave your name
It's
with Miss
over
Jones
here.
as you go out for our mailing list. Having a special on fractures next week. Good day.
I put it where the other one was.
31.
Well, thank you for watching me.
31.
And I'm glad to say there's nothing
Hey,
wrong
Ted,
with
my
it.
radio just went stupid in the truck,
Okay.
and I don't think it's on the right stations. It's not lit off.
Oh,
You
Dad,
just for a minute,
I
I'll
thought
shut
that doctor
that
said there
down.
was nothing wrong with me.
Yeah, I can wait for you.
You can depend on
Quit
it,
pressing the
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I
buttons
suppose
on
you
the
know
radio.
I'm almost back up to the summit.
No, sir. But you might be allergic to something.
She
That
did.
would give you the same symptoms.
But McGee isn't allergic to anything that we know of.
No, the only thing I was ever allergic to in my life was rabbit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Rabbit for always did make you sneeze.
Hey, rabbit! Hey, Molly! Rabbit! Don't you get it?
Get what?
That fur coat. It's rabbit. You got Jip.
What? I don't believe it.
That ain't a Siberian chinchilla. It's just a house and pepper house coat. Don't you get it, Molly? I says it ain't Siberian chinchilla.
It ain't Bunny, McGee.
Yesterday, a lady asked me, just what is genuine Johnson's wax? I answered, it is a blend of pure waxes, including the extremely durable Carnauba wax from South America, carefully blended to provide the toughest, most wear-resistant material you can possibly put on your floors. In order to have the very best waxes that money can buy, S.C. Johnson & Son maintain their own research laboratory right in Brazil, in the heart of the Carnauba wax country. There are many kinds of natural waxes. Some would be too hard for you as a housewife to use, others would be too soft. But Johnson chemists have had 50 years' experience in perfecting the blend of pure waxes which you buy as genuine Johnson's wax. They probably know more about protective household waxes than anybody else in the world. That is why genuine Johnson's wax gives such complete satisfaction. Why it protects and beautifies the floors, furniture, and woodwork of so many thousands of homes the world over.
McGee, what's that crate of potatoes on the back porch? Where'd they come from?
Oh, didn't you know, Molly? Governor Bathalson of Idaho sent us them.
Oh, no, really?
Sure. Remember how we mentioned my Uncle Spud McGee of Pocatello, Idaho, a couple of weeks ago?
Yes?
Yeah. Well, Idaho appreciated the plug and sent us a box of potatoes.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yeah. So next week, we're kind of planning on writing a show around one of the big automobile plants in Michigan. Like, for instance, Cadillac or Lincoln.
Oh, wonderful. Are you listening, Governor Dickinson?
Yeah. Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you all to join us again next Tuesday night at the same time. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly, with Bill Thompson, the King's Men, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Shine. once again, it's Fibber McGee and Molly time. Fibber McGee and Molly. The dramatic story of a woman with her faith in a man. And a man with his faith in a newspaper. Will something exciting, unusual, or momentous take place in the little frame house at 79 Wistful Vista tonight? Or is that expecting too much? Yes, I guess it's expecting too much. Anyway, here they are, Fibber McGee and Molly.
Anything interesting in the paper, dearie?
Well, here's an interesting article on crop surpluses, Molly.
You don't say.
Yeah. Now, take corn, for instance.
Certainly, we can take it and we can dish it out.
Hey, I'm serious. This writer says that if conditions keep up, the small farmer will be completely annihilated.
Oh.
Hey, what's annihilated?
Annihilated. Why, that means, when a farmer, now, for instance,
Where's the dictionary?
it's probably in the closet with the rest of your stuff. Give me your key and I'll get it for you.
Oh, no, you don't. You lay off the stuff in that closet. I got all my stuff arranged in there just the way I want it.
Now, don't be silly. Give me the key.
Okay. Now, let's see. Which one of these is it most?
Heavenly days. Why do you carry all those keys? Does it make you feel important or something?
What do you mean, important? Every one of them keys is necessary.
What's that little key there for?
Well, that's a padlock key.
What padlock?
For the backyard gate we used to have in Peoria.
What are you keeping that for? You homesick?
No, but if we ever moved back to Peoria, I'd try to rent the same house because this key fits the padlock. You got to think ahead in these things. And you see this key here?
Looks like the key to a can of salmon.
Oh, sardines. I use that to clean my pipe with. Now, let's see. Which one of these keys is the closet door key?
Say, maybe we better see if the closet is locked. Let me take a look.
Oh, it's locked all right. You don't think I'd leave all my personal defects laying around for any prowler to get his hands on?
McGee, it isn't locked. Right? Better give me a hand, McGee. This stuff's all falling out. Oh, help, McGee. I'm buried alive. Get this junk off of me.
All right, but Dad, Rabbit, you might have been more careful
Quick, help. There's funny little insects all over me. Brush them off, quick.
Oh, calm yourself, calm yourself. Them are my trout flies. Doggone it, Molly, why did you have to go and mess up?
Oh, dear, come in.
Fibber McGee and Molly?
Yes.
Tell me, with all these radio shows being changed, is it true that you're going to cut your program down to a half hour?
What do you mean, cut it down? It's only a half hour now.
What? Boy, it sure seems like an hour.
Well, as the guy says when he fell off of the horse and heard something bust, that sounded to me like a rib.
Well, never mind that now. Oh, dear, look at all this junk that fell out of that closet.
Don't worry, I'll put it back, Molly.
Oh, no, you won't.
Huh?
We're going to go through that pile of whatnots and throw everything out we don't need.
Oh, yeah? Well, I've been through this stuff 100 times, and there ain't a thing of it that I can spare.
Oh, there isn't.
No.
What's this old rusty horseshoe for?
Well, I found that in 1911. As soon as I find 3 more, we can pitch horseshoes in the backyard.
I see. You expect to find 3 more, huh?
Betcha.
You don't think the automobile is here to stay, eh?
Won't be if we don't catch up with the payments.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, little girl. What you want?
You remember that job you promised me to take care of your baby, only you didn't have one, so I was going to bring my little brother over and take care of him, remember? Do you?
Yes, sure, I remember,
Well, the deal is off, see?
What you mean the deal is off? In the first place, there wasn't any deal, and in the second...
My mommy had to take my little brother to the doctor today, so I can't bring him over.
Oh, that's too bad. What's the matter with your little brother? Anything serious?
My mama thinks so.
Oh. She thinks so, huh?
She thinks so. I had to clear my throat there. She thinks he swallowed a dime.
Swallowed a dime? Well, say, that is serious.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh,
only 8 cents.
Only 8 cents. How do you know?
Well, we were playing slot machine, and I fed him to him. What you doing, mister?
Well, we're cleaning out this closet, if you must know.
I mustn't.
Mustn't what?
No.
No?
Yes.
What?
Hmm?
Oh. Listen, sis, suppose you go on home and annoy somebody else. Go bother your daddy.
He isn't home. He's working on the senseless.
On the what?
The senseless. He goes to people's doors and asks them how many people in the family and how old are you and all stuff like that there, I betcha.
Oh, you mean the census?
Hmm?
Shucks, I didn't even think a kid your age knew what a census was.
Well, I do, I betcha.
Yeah?
A census is information, please, on the Red, White, and Blue Network. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
While we're waiting for Fibber and Molly to return, I'd like your attention for just a minute. If you have valuable jewels, you protect them by keeping them in your safe or in a secret compartment. Valuable papers you keep in a strong box or vault. How can you protect your valuable furniture, floors, and woodwork? By locking them under a safe protective shield of genuine Johnson's wax. That may seem like a strong statement, but it's really true. When you apply a coat of Johnson's wax, you are completely covering the surface with an invisible yet very tough shield of real wax. This wax guards the floors and furniture surfaces against wear and against dirt and moisture. From time to time, you renew the coating of Johnson's wax, and your floors and furniture are given permanent protection. What is equally important, they have that rich, wax-polished glow that good housekeepers cherish. If your home is not wax protected and wax beautified, order genuine Johnson's wax, paste or liquid, tomorrow.
Heavenly days, McGee. Imagine all this stuff falling out of one little closet. How'd you ever get it all in there?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I just inherited a gift for packing. My great-aunt Minnie had a job stuffing pimentos into olives. Oh, hey, look at this, Molly. The tabaret I made in manual training. Yeah?
Didn't you ever finish anything? It's only got 3 legs.
They wouldn't let me stay in the 5th grade another year.
Ah, McGee, look. One of our old dance programs before we were married. I didn't know you were so sentimental, dearie.
Is that a dance program? I was saving it on account of that little pencil hanging onto it. You never know when you'll need a pencil.
Listen to this. Waltz, waltz, turkey trot, waltz, bunny hug, waltz, Texas Tommy, waltz.
What, no schottish?
Grizzly bear, waltz.
There.
You had every dance with me but the last waltz. McGee, who did you dance that one with?
Why, nobody. We sat that one out. In the buggy, remember?
Oh, yes. And we couldn't go back to the dance because you sat on a box of Lowney's chocolate-covered cherries and spoiled your white pants.
That was the night they took us. Come in.
Oh, hello, Johnny. Hello, daughter. Say, I'm looking for a nice room in the neighborhood. Got one to rent?
No, I don't believe so, Mr. Oldtimer.
Oh, come on, kids. I'll pay $3 a week with meals, or $2 a week and eat out, or $2.50 if you let me see the funny paper first on Sundays.
Nothing doing, old-timer. We ain't taking boarders.
Hey?
Absolutely not.
The last boarder we had was a tap dancer. Kept me awake all morning. I finally got tired of it and knocked him cold with one of his steel-plated shoes and stuffed it into his own trunk.
Incidentally, McGee, Where did you ship that from?
Off to Buffalo.
Wow. That's pretty good, Johnny. But that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller said, t'other feller said, she where Scarlett O'Hara got the Academy Award. Yep, says t'other feller. She lost out with Red, but she sure got her Oscar. Well, I'm sorry you ain't got a room for me. Slept in the park all last summer and didn't like it. The roof leaked. So long, kid.
I'm getting a little tired of all them Gone with the Wind gags. I don't know how a picture about the bluegrass country could produce so many bum plugs.
Well, never mind that, McGee. Isn't there any of this junk we can throw away now?
Well, now, let me see, Molly. How about this old photograph album here?
I should say not. That's got all our family pictures in it. Who's this funny-looking man with the walrus mustache, McGee?
Well, that's my great Uncle Roscoe. We were pretty proud of Uncle Roscoe. He was the first white child in the county to be blackballed by the Elks.
Here's one of the Aunt Ann and Aunt Sally. They both had big families.
And how many kids do they have, anyway?
10 between them. Add 6 and carry 4. McGee, now what are you going?
Well, hello there, folks. I was just going by and I thought well, what goes on here? Have you been buying out an antique store?
Hi, Harlow.
This is just a lot of stuff McGee's been hoarding in the closet, Mr. Woodcock.
Isn't it wonderful how much you can pack into so little space? For instance, you only give me about 6 lines to tell how Johnson's Glow Coat saves hours of house cleaning because it beautifies and protects linoleum with absolutely no rubbing or buffing. But in those 6 lines, I think I can get the idea across pretty well that a self-polishing preparation like Glow Coat is the very essence of good housekeeping. It's so easy to use and it's easy to tell about.
He's marvelous, folks. That guy has dedicated his whole life to Johnson's Glow Coat.
What do you mean, Fibber?
Harlow, they tell me that way back when you were in college, they wanted you to stroke the crew, and you said no. No stroking, no rubbing, and no buffing. Even for dear old University of Southeastern Nebraska.
Is that true, Mr. Woodcock?
No, I wasn't a crew man. I went out for ROTC.
Oh, Reserve Officers Training Corps?
No, revolutionizing old-time cleaning. Well, so long, folks.
McGee.
Yeah. As the golf ball says, when it landed 5 feet from the tee, I think I've been stopped. Well, let's get busy, Molly, and put this stuff back in the closet.
You mean you're going to keep all this junk? Can't we throw any of it out?
No, sir. I got a use for every one of these things.
Now, you don't need this. What good is one snowshoe?
Why, one what?
Snowshoe.
Is that a snowshoe? No wonder Billy Mills beat me so bad playing tennis.
Yes, sir. Could you show me some 42 for the signal, please?
Hi, sis. Can we... Oh, hey, Molly. Look. It's Gracie Allen.
Thank you.
Well, hello, Gracie. Won't you come in?
Oh, no, thank you, Molly. And I wouldn't have dropped in if I'd known you were entertaining.
Oh, we ain't entertaining.
Oh, you are, too. I think you're very entertaining. Now, you say something nice about Georgie and me.
Oh, T.L.
Yeah.
Well, I heard, Gracie, that the difference between our shows is that yours is always in the middle of the week, and ours is always week in the middle.
Oh.
Gracie, what's this I hear about you running for president of the United States?
Oh, there's nothing to it.
Oh, you mean you're not running for president, huh?
Oh, I mean I'll be elected. There's nothing to it.
Oh, yeah? Well, I ain't one to indulge in no idle gossip, Gracie. But I've heard whispers about Dewey and Hull and Garner and Taft being in the White House next year. But I suppose they're just rumors.
They are not. I'll be running the White House, and I'm not going to take in any rumors.
What's your party, Gracie?
Oh, well, it's my own party. The surprise party.
What an adorable name.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it.
Well, you can count on our votes, Gracie. I always said there should be a woman in the White House.
How about Mrs. Roosevelt?
She's never in the White House.
Molly, do you play bridge?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm forming my cabinet, and I need 7 more bridge players.
How big a cabinet you going to have?
Just 2 tables.
You need a good pool player?
Well, no, I'm having the pool table taken out. The 8 ball gets in front of too many people.
By the way, Say, Gracie, when do you expect to move into the White House?
January 1st.
January 1st? You ain't going to be inaugurated on New Year's Eve, are you?
Well, I may not be inaugurated, but I'll be feeling pretty good. Well, I guess I'll be running along now.
I'm glad you dropped in, Gracie. You think you can handle your campaign all right?
Oh, yes, I can handle my campaign, though the bubbles always tickle my nose a little bit. Well, thank you both, and don't forget my slogan. Face the White House with Gracie tonight.
The King's men sing.
Kaboozalum, Kaboozalum, Kaboozalum was the daughter of the Ba. In ancient days there lived a Turk, a foreign beast within the East, who did the prophet's holy work as Baba of Jerusalem. He had a daughter sweet and stark, a maiden fair with flaming hair, and all about her like a Turk, except her name Kaboozalum. Oh, Kaboozalum, oh, Kaboozalum, Kaboozalum, the daughter of the Baba. The Baba, the Baba. Zoom, 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 zoom. A boy resided near to she, his name was Sam, a perfect lamb. He was of ancient pedigree and came of old Methuselah. He drove a trade and prospered well in Gunny, Saxon, Johnson, Jackson, ringing at the Baba's bell. He met, he loved, he wooed, he won. Kaboozalum, the daughter of the Baba of Jerusalem. Oh, Kaboozalum, oh, Kaboozalum, the lovers were discovered by the Baba. The Baba, the Baba. Zoom, 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 zoom. The Baba went beside himself, forgot his prayers, and rushed upstairs and took a bowstring from himself and came back to bamboozle. Oh, the youth and maidens then he took and choked them both, and nothing both together pitched them in the brook of Kidron near Jerusalem. Oh, Kaboozalum, oh, Kaboozalum, Kaboozalum, the daughter of the Baba. The Baba, the Baba. Zoom, 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 zoom. And so the ancient legend goes, when day has gone from Babylon, when the eastern moonlight throws its shadows round Jerusalem, is the wailing of the cats, a sound there falls on ruined walls. The ghost of Sam in three old hats is seen to kiss Kaboozalum, Kaboozalum, oh, Kaboozalum, oh, Kaboozalum, Kaboozalum, the daughter of the Baba. Oh, Kaboozalum, oh, Kaboozalum, Kaboozalum, the daughter of the Baba. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Well, McGee, I've about exhausted my impatience with you.
Why?
Packing all this useless junk back in that closet. How about these old books?
What old book? Let's see him. Oh, them. Well, that's my correspondence course in taxidermy.
Taxidermy. Why on earth did you want to study taxidermy?
Well, how did I know it meant stuffing birds and animals? And there I was, stuck with a chauffeur's license, a city map, and a pair of puttees.
Well, hurry up and put your playthings back in the closet.
Okay.
Looks terrible laying around here on the floor with that...
I'll get it. Hello? No, this is the McGee residence. You got the wrong number. Oh, is that you, Mert?
Egad, every week the same thing. Apologies to Skinny Ennis.
How's every little thing, Mert? What's say? Your Uncle Gulliver. Oh, that's too bad, Mert. And they ain't found the body yet, huh?
Oh, heavenly days, McGee. What happened?
Mert's uncle drove his car off the cliff and had to walk home. They found the chassis up in a tree, but they don't know where the body is. What say, Mert? Oh, that's okay, Mert. Everybody has the wrong number now and then, except Irving Berlin. Well, now, let's see.
McGee, why are you saving this long stick of bamboo?
Why, Molly, that's got a very definite purpose. If I was offered a job as sparring partner for Joe Louis, that's the 10-foot pole I wouldn't touch it with. I got it right.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Come in. Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington? So nice to see you.
How do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppy.
Good heavens, what a... Oh, my, it looks as if there'd been an explosion in here.
No, just some things that fell out of the closet, Mrs. Uppington. McGee had everything in there but the kitchen sink.
Oh, really? Everything but the kitchen sink. Oh, my, isn't that amusing? Oh, but what I came in for, Mrs. McGee, was to tell you about the symphony concert I've been planning with Maestro Mills.
Oh, yes, the symphony concert. Well, it's about time something was happening about that, Mrs. Uppington.
I've been waiting so long for that concert, Uppy, I'm even getting suspicious of Billy Mills. I'm afraid he's a non-conductor.
Oh, well, we must be patient, you know. There's been so many difficulties. For one thing, we're having trouble with the facilities at the Eagles Hall.
Oh, what's wrong, Mrs. Uppington?
Oh, it's the Eagles, my dear.
The Eagles?
Yes, they're all roosting up in the rafters, and during rehearsals, they drop eggs on the orchestra.
You ought to call them down and give them seats in the first row, Uppy. Them birds are critics.
Yes, indeed, they certainly... Oh, now, please, Miss McGee. It's discouraging enough as it is.
I hear they had a kind of an accident during rehearsal the other night,
Oh,
Uppy.
yes, and it was so embarrassing.
So?
Yes, the musician playing the electric guitar reached for a high note and blew every fuse in the building. Oh, my, but those dear, dear boys went right on playing just as if nothing had happened.
Oh, really, Mrs. Uppington? But how could they read their music in the dark?
Oh, my dear, that's exactly what I asked Dr. Mills. And he said in his most delightful manner, don't worry about it, babe. Those mugs can't even read music with the lights on. Oh, really? I thought that was just too gay. Or am I being a silly girl?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I must be going. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Abigail.
Isn't she ridiculous, McGee? All the time she's back in that symphony orchestra, she's dreaming about Billy Mills.
Well, that's always been a pretty romantic spot, down by the old Mills Dream. Don't you get it, Molly? I said down by
Ain't
the...
funny, McGee.
Oh, well. It was spontaneous. Where was I?
You really think you can get all this stuff back in that closet?
Why, sure I can, and I don't want anybody touching these things either but me. They're too valuable. I'd have had it done an hour ago if I hadn't been interfered with.
All right, you do it then. I've got some work to do in the kitchen.
All right, I'll get it. Dad, I wish somebody'd crawl in through the window just for the novelty of it. Come in.
Oh, there, McGee.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, just thought I'd come by and tell you that... Well, my goodness, what's all this?
Oh, just something out of my closet. I'm straightening it up. Hey, Gildersleeve, put that hatchet down.
I'll do no such thing. That's my Boy Scout hatchet you borrowed last summer.
Dad, it ain't nothing of the kind. That's my Boy Scout hatchet. Look at the insignia on the handle there. Owl Patrol.
Well, I belong to the Owl Patrol myself.
Oh, yeah? You in the Owl Patrol. Why, you don't even know the password of the Owl Patrol.
Who?
Well, somebody must have told you. Listen here, Gildersleeve, I bet you don't know a thing about scouts.
I do, too. I was an Eagle Scout with 26 merit badges.
Go on. Can you tie a sheep shank? Can you imitate the mating cry of the chimney swallow? Can you tell which way is north when you're lost in the woods?
Certainly.
How?
I face south and then turn around quick.
Look, Gildersleeve, if you're really a scout, you can do your daily good turn by scramming out of here and letting me finish putting this stuff back in the closet.
Well, all right, McGee. You're sure that isn't my hatchet?
On my word of honor as a member of the Owl Patrol, Gildersleeve.
Well, all right, McGee. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Say.
Huh?
Give me the password again, will you?
Who?
Who?
Oh, Boy Scout, that guy couldn't build a fire in a haymow by rubbing 2 sticks of dynamite together. Oh, well, I gotta get the rest of that. Looks like about all of it. Yep. It's all packed back in there. Boy, what a job. Hey, Molly! Molly!
What is it, Mr. Daly?
Look, I got all that stuff back in the closet, all straightened out.
Splendid, McGee, splendid.
And after this one, you want something out of there, let me get it for you.
All right.
Yep.
But now that you got the dictionary out of there, why don't you leave it out? We may need it again.
Oh.
What's the matter?
I forgot to leave it out. I packed the dictionary back in there.
Oh, heavenly days.
Now, hey, now you stay away from there. I know exactly where I put it.
Well,
I can get it out without...
will be back in just a moment. In the meantime, I'd like to read you a brief letter received recently from a gentleman in New York State. For the past 15 years, he writes, I have installed many linoleum floors, as I am a linoleum layer. Most every time upon completion of an installation, I am asked this question: how can I preserve or improve the finish? Well, since Glow Coat has been on the market, I have used it with perfect satisfaction, so I always answer, use Johnson's Glow Coat and no other. Well, now, coming from a man who knows his linoleum, that is a pretty sound recommendation. Glow Coat does preserve and improve linoleum, whether it's new or old. It makes linoleum last longer, makes it easy to keep clean, brings out the colors. And remember, there's no rubbing or buffing with Glow Coat, because it's self-polishing. You simply apply and let dry. In 20 minutes, your floor is sparkling with new beauty. Try Johnson's self-polishing Glow Coat on your floors. Order a can tomorrow.
Now, look, McGee, that junk of yours is positively not going back into that closet.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, yeah. Hey, wait a minute. Wrong routine.
Well, all right, then. But if it does go back in there, I'll arrange it myself. Now, you keep your hands off it this time.
You going to do it all by yourself?
I am.
Fine. As the fat lady says when she took off her corset, that lets me out.
McGee.
Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coats present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly, with Bill Thompson, the King's Men, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Jericho. Men, here's a reminder. This is Make a Pal of Your Wife Week. Send the little woman some flowers. Send her a box of candy. Take her out to lunch. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Flowers would come to about $5. Candy about $2. Yes, you better make it lunch.
Shit out of her.
Anyway, that's the way the Squire of 79 Wistful Vista has figured it out as we meet Fibber McGee and Molly.
Hey, Molly, I got an idea.
What about? And move over a little, please. I want to dust that chair.
I got an idea about lunch.
Well, let's not discuss lunch quite yet. I haven't had time to do the breakfast dishes.
Oh, well, let the dishes go.
I'll do no such a thing.
Oh, well, use some others. We got other dishes, ain't we?
No, we haven't.
We haven't? What become of that set of dishes we won at the Bijou Theater this winter?
Why, don't you remember?
Huh?
You stayed for the second show and threw 'em at the picture.
Well, I hope I didn't hurt Peter Barrow with that gravy boat. But look, Molly, what
McGee,
Huh?
where did you lay that half-smoked cigar?
Right there on the arm of the chair. Why? You want a drag on it?
Don't be silly. But is that any place to put a lighted cigar?
No, I guess it ain't that. I'll put it up here on the mantel where I can...
Put it in the ashtray. What's the ashtray for?
Oh, hairpins, rubber bands, stamps, apple cores, and all stuff like that there. There's never any room for ashes in it. How about lunch, Molly? I thought
Well, if you're so anxious to have lunch, why don't you go out and wash the dishes?
Oh, me? No, sirree. What do you think I am? A sissy? I don't wash no dishes. I hate washing dishes.
Oh, I suppose I like to, huh?
Certainly not. And I hate to have you wash dishes, too, sweetheart. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody has to wash dishes around here today. I'm going to take you out to lunch.
Well, that's very nice of you. Now move a little whilst I dust. What did you say?
I says I'm inviting you out to lunch.
Well, heavenly days, you mean you're asking me to go out to lunch, dearie?
What's so strange about that? You afraid people will talk? I didn't just meet you on a streetcar, you know. We're married, remember?
But, dearie, this is so sudden. That is, if you can call it sudden after 15 years.
Look, Molly, I ain't the guy to be stood up on a date. You want to go or don't you?
Yes, and thank you, dearie, thank you.
Oh, forget it. It's nothing that any red-blooded, clean-living American boy wouldn't have done. Besides, this is Make a Pal of Your Wife week.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I thought this was peel an onion and shed a tear for the boys in the upper brackets week.
Now, come on, hurry up and get your hat.
All right, but it'll take me a while to put my face on. I'll be down in just a minute, dearie.
Ah, women. When a man gets a date with a gal, he pats himself on the back. When a gal gets a date with a man, she pats herself on the face. Come in.
Hello there, Johnny. Hello, Hey, where's daughter?
He's upstairs making a mug out of nature. What's on your mind, old-timer?
Want to buy any soap, Johnny? Only got to sell 982 more bars, and I win a .22 rifle.
What's he going to do with a .22 rifle when you get it?
I'm going to shoot the guy that talked me into trying to sell this bum soap.
I don't believe we want any today, old-timer. I'm afraid you come to the wrong house. As Robinson Crusoe says to his man Friday when he put down his telescope, no sale.
That's pretty good, Johnny. But that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller says, t'other feller, says, I only got to sell 982 bars of soap, and I'll win a .22 rifle. That's so, says t'other feller. What you gonna do with a .22 rifle? And t'other feller says, I'm gonna shoot the guy that talked me into selling this bum soap. I thought that... What's the matter, Johnny?
We just did that one a minute ago.
I know it. But darn it, Johnny, I'm tired. All day long going from door to door selling this bum soap.
That guy's proved one thing to me. If man sprung from monkeys, he must have had a Charlie horse at the time.
Who is that at the door, dearie?
Oh, I can describe him best, Molly, as the guy that always stands behind you when you're playing bridge and says, not that one. Well, come on, let's go.
Oh, my, I certainly appreciate this, McGee.
Oh, forget it. After all, Make a Pal of Your Wife week only comes once a year. It's Here comes Mrs. Uppington.
Heavenly days, look at her, will you? She struts along like the world was her oyster, and she just cornered the Tabasco market. The hussy. Why don't she... Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Uppington? So nice to see you.
Oh, how do you do, Mrs. McGee? And Mr. McGee?
Hi, Uppity.
A lovely day, isn't it? I always try to take a long walk every day if possible. I get home simply brimming with a new energy and a new youth.
Oh, really? Who is he, Mrs. Uppington?
Who is who?
The new youth.
She means Billy Mills, Molly. Though his youth ain't awful new either.
But Billy is such a charming boy and a splendid musician. He came over last night and played the piano for me. Oh, all the lovely old songs of my girlhood.
Ah, wasn't that nice? And those Civil War songs were so inspiring.
Yes, indeed, they what? Civil War. Now, please, Mrs. McGee,
Incidentally, Mrs. Uppington, speaking of romance, my husband has just taken me up for lunch. Won't you join us?
Oh, no, thank you, my dear. In fact, Dr. Mills and I are lunching together today. And I'm afraid we'd hardly patronize the same, well, we usually go to a very quiet, exclusive restaurant. I'm particularly devoted to a good French cuisine, you know.
Oh, is that so? I never ate one myself. Why don't you get the recipe, Molly?
Oh, Mr. McGee. Oh, you're so amusing, really. Get the recipe and dress my house roll.
Hey, what's so funny about that? Well, I've been an expert on food ever since my childhood. Even my teething ring was made from an old Goodyear recipe. Just to keep my eye on the cook, I had all my meals in the kitchen. Kitchenette McGee, I was known as in there. Kitchenette McGee, the cute and cuddly connoisseur of classy cooking, carefully counting the calories and carbohydrates contained in concoctions of cow, cooked in combination with carrots, cabbage, cauliflower, and corn. Considerable corn. Constant customer of cosmopolitan cafes and corner cafeterias, my compliments were considered to cap the climax of a capable cook's career when I commended kindly on a clever consommé or a keen cutlet, and crowned the king of the cake and crumblers from coast to coast as I cut and carve and crack and crunch, but excuse us, Huppy, we're late for lunch.
While we're waiting for Fibber and Molly to return, I'd like your attention for just a minute. How often during the week do you say, if only I had more time for reading or seeing my friends or for just plain resting? Well, I can tell you how you can find a few extra hours by protecting your floors with that grand, labor-saving floor polish glow coat. Most of you have heard me tell the very simple story of Johnson's self-polishing glow coat, how it requires no rubbing or buffing whatsoever, how it polishes itself in 20 minutes, leaving a sparkling, beautiful floor that's easy to keep clean. Spots and stains are quickly wiped up with a damp cloth. Now you can use glow coat on all your floors, but by all means use it in your kitchen. It brings out the colors of your linoleum, keeps it looking just like new, makes your kitchen a pleasanter place to work in. And many users tell us that it actually makes their linoleum last 6 times longer than a floor surface that is unprotected. So why not ask your dealer for a can of Johnson's self-polishing glow coat tomorrow? It's spelled GLO-COAT.
Well, where are you taking me out to lunch to, dearie?
Well, I don't know. I thought we might as well patronize Nick DePopulos.
Oh. Well, anyway, I think it's real thoughtful of you to not want me standing over a hot stove and washing a lot of dishes today, McGee.
Oh, well, as long as you're my wife, Molly, you deserve the best.
Do I really?
Yes, you do.
Well, then why are we eating at Nick DePopulos' restaurant? Why don't we go to a decent joint?
Why, Molly, Nick is a friend of ours.
I know, but romaine poison is an awful strain even on a beautiful friendship.
Well, shucks, I just thought that...
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, little girl. Where are you going?
Over to Willie Toops' house to play.
Oh, you are, eh?
Mm-hmm.
What you going to play? Ring around the rosy and drop the handkerchief and stuff?
No, those are baby games, I bet you.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
So ring around the rosy and drop the handkerchief for baby games.
I think so, too.
Well, what are you going to play?
Well, I just talked to Willie on the telephone, and he said if we can get a couple of other kids, we could play some bridge.
Bridge? At your age? This, as the donkey says when he first seen himself in the mirror, I can't believe my ears.
Your nose is almost incredible, too, mister.
Say, you mean to... Now, look, sis, what kind of bridge you kids going to play? Auction or contract?
London.
Oh. By the way, how's your little brother?
Which one?
The one that swallowed the 8 cents last week. Did they have him x-rayed?
Well, my mama says,
I said, did they have him x-rayed?
I don't know what you mean, I bet you.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, no, well, what is it?
Look, sis, you know what an x-ray is as well as I do.
Say, do I?
Sure you do. Come on now. What's that mysterious-looking thing that sees right through you and tells you what's the matter with you?
Your wife, I bet you. Go on, mister.
Well, come on, Molly. Let's get going. The Papa's restaurant is just around the corner here.
All right, but I warn you, McGee, his food is terrible.
Oh, I admit Nick ain't no Oscar of the Waldorf.
He certainly isn't. Even these short orders are long time. But I'm not complaining, dearie. I still think you were sweet to ask me out to lunch. Now, I won't mind doing the dishes when we get home.
Oh, I'll do the dishes.
Oh, no, I'll do the dishes. It's no job for a man.
Oh, let me do it.
No.
Okay, you promise?
Oh, look, there's Mr. Wilcox coming out of the restaurant. Yoo-hoo! Mr. Wilcox!
Oh, hello, folks. Where are you going?
I'm taking Molly and the Knicks for lunch, Harlow. You know, this is Make a Pal of Your Wife week.
Yes, I know.
Are you celebrating it too, Mr. Wilcox?
Oh, not particularly.
What?
Well, why should I? To me, every week is Make a Pal of Your Wife week. That's my job.
Uh-oh. Folks, if I ain't mistaken, you're about to hear the first floor show ever put on in front of a restaurant.
Well, you know what I mean. Any guy who sells a no-rubbing, no-buffing preparation like Johnson's self-polishing blow coat to the housewife is giving her something better than flowers or candy or diamonds. He's giving her more leisure, more pride in her home, and a lot easier job of housework.
Hey, Harlow.
What?
I don't mean to change the subject.
As if you could.
But do you always eat here at the Papa's restaurant?
Sure. I sell him so much Johnson's wax and blow coat, I know he's got the cleanest place in town. Go take a look at his kitchen sometime. You can eat off the floor. I'll say it is. I couldn't even find a place to sit down in there. I ate in the kitchen.
No. They set a table for you out in the kitchen?
No, I ate off the floor. You know what I mean? Well, so long, folks.
Steve Johnson and Son sure own a controlling interest in that guy. Well, come on in, Molly.
He's on in the town of the week.
Good day, sir. And moden, the name, please.
What do you mean, the name?
Beg pardon, sir, but it's very busy today. Did you call up and reserve a couple of stools?
Well, heavenly day.
A maitre d' hash joint. First thing we know, Nick will start hiring red caps to carry the tea bag.
Just give us a stool or a booth anywhere, Mr. Hedwig. We're not fussy.
Sorry, Mother. It's impossible at the moment. We're extremely busy. However, if you care to wait a few moments for the cocktail lounge.
What cocktail lounge?
Right next door, sir. Folks is quite finished, but it's very amusing to watch the steaming couple.
Stop shooting the malarkey to us, Darcy, and call Mr. DePoplar. We're friends of his.
Oh, there he is, over there by booth number 5.
Sorry, sir. Mr. DePoplar can't leave those patrons at the moment.
Why not?
Their table wobbles a bit and eating his toe under it. They're leaving. Mr. DePoplar.
Yes, what is being... Oh, hello there, Snoopy. Hello, Susan. Welcome to my restaurant, Dr. Fisher. I've been any more expect to see you in here today than I can take a sit at.
Well, you seem to be doing quite a business, Mr. DePoplar.
Oh, yes. Who's here is as busy with the DePoplar's restaurant as he is with you, Fisher, and for the same reason. Baked clams. But I'm glad you're patronizing my places instead of that one across the street.
What's the matter with the place across the street, Nick?
Food no good? Oh, the food is being ugly duckly, Fisher. But the service.
Oh.
The service is being as slow as Malachi Foot in January.
Is it really?
Yes, I can't stand it much longer. Every time I send over there for my lunch, he's taking them half an hour to bring it across the street. If I don't look out there, I'm liable to lose a good customer.
Well, look, Nick, I brung Molly in here on account of its being Make a Pal of Your Wife week. Can't you give us a booth right away?
Why, Fisher, for a good friend of mine like you, I've certainly done things I can right away. But the very first one that is being available, somebody else will probably get that first, too.
Well, how about the one you just left, Mr. DePoplar?
Oh, sure. Why don't you sit there? And waiter!
Yes, Mr. DePoplar.
Give these people booth number 5, so they have a good view of the entertainment. We only had some. I hope you're enjoying your lunch, Snoopy and Fisher, in spite of the food.
Oh, thanks, Nick.
Step right this way, sir. Allow me, madam.
Allow you what?
Oh, allow me to hold your chair for you.
So you can pull it out from under me when I sit down. Oh, no, you don't. Get away from there.
Yes, Mom. I'll send the waitress right over. Hey, Tommy. Tag a set up for number 5.
What's the simple way? 4 quarts and no
no night for tea.
Well, that's class, Molly. Them your salad pork, entree pork, cocktail pork, and pie pork.
Well, they're all alike.
What's the difference? Everything in here tastes alike. Oh, here's the waitress. Hi, sis. What's good today?
Oh, hello, folks. Haven't seen you for a long time. We have pot roast, lamb stew, weenies, and sauerkraut. That's a good-looking fur coat you have on, Mrs. McGee. Pork, shanks, corned beef, and cabbage, only it's all gone. Spanish omelet and veal loaf. What on earth do you suppose Sumner Wells is cooking up over there in Europe?
Pot roast.
Same here.
I didn't know you was working here, Mrs. Wearybottom. How do you like being a croquette croupier?
Well, cut it out now. Well, frankly, Mr. McGee, I don't think I'll be here very long. The chef is one of those fresh guys. Every time I put in an order, he sticks his head out of that little window and winks at me. 2 orders of pot roast. And if he does this once more, I'm going to drop whatever I'm doing and quit. And there he goes. He just did it again. And I quit.
Nellie was a lady, last night she died. Oh, Miss Hannah, read your letter to see me, but there's always Dinah, sweet old Dinah, to make my bride. Oh, Dinah, is there anyone finer in the state of Carolina? If there is, you know, then bring her up to me. Dinah, leave with the big guy blazing. I would love to just gaze into the eyes I leave. Every night, words do not change the fight. Because the dynamite's going to change your mind about me. Don't you ever go and change your mind about Dinah, sweet Dinah. If you wanted off tomorrow, wait, Dinah. I would love to see the horses go and ride a woo. Just to be with Dinah. And we'll talk to the evening breeze. Hey, put on your sunny clothes and come along, please. Oh, Dinah, dark baby Dinah. If you went to China, if you went to China, I would hop a liner on the way to China just to find my Dinah Lee. Oh, Dinah, oh, Miss Lee.
Thank you, King's men. That was great. How's the pot roast, Molly?
Oh, it's not bad, dearie. I think I could stand any kind of food as long as I didn't have to wash the dishes afterwards. It's so nice to get out once in a while.
Partial dependence, cigarette tax, 18 cents a day. 365 times 18 cents. Reasonable depreciation on real estate.
Oh, look, McGee, there's Mr. Gildersleeve sitting over there.
Oh, yeah. He's figuring his income tax on the tablecloth. Hey, Gildersleeve.
Oh, my goodness, look what I did.
Oh, sorry we started you, Mr. Gildersleeve. Did you spill something on you?
Hello, Mr. McGee. Hello, McGee. No, but I just spilled ketchup all over my deductions. Oh, well, I was in the red anyway.
You eat here all the time, Gildy?
Oh, yes, indeed, McGee. I come here because they have pies, just like my mother used to make. Oh, poor mother. She certainly baked terrible pies. In fact, she still does.
Well, then why don't you eat your pie over at her house?
I can't. She sells them all to Nick.
Well, thanks for the warning, Gildersleeve. Anything I hate is plum pastry.
Now, look here, McGee. You can't talk like that about my mother's cooking.
Well, all I said is what you said yourself.
Copycat?
I ain't either a copycat.
You're a
Oh, now stop it. Knock that bowl of soup off my shoulder.
Stop it now. finish your lunch, McGee. And do you eat in here all the time, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Oh, no. Just at mealtime. Am I hot tonight?
Don't be so fresh, Rocky. She was asking if you was a regular patrон here.
Well, up to now I have been, McGee. But by George, I'm getting pretty tired of their stinginess.
Is it, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes. They only serve 2 slices of bread. Imagine that. 2 slices. I like bread. And 2 slices isn't enough. I've complained and complained, and they won't do a thing about it. Pardon me, Mr. Gildersleeve. Mr. Populus has heard about your trouble with the bread, so he mentioned this.
Oh, look at that, Molly. A whole loaf of bread. Cutting through.
That's just what I've been talking about. Look at it. You see what I mean? 2 slices again. Where's that Populus? Let me talk to that field fella.
McGee, I still wish we'd have gone to the Giltmore Grill. I imagine that's where Billy Mills took Mrs. Uppington. She's so uppity about everything. Why, she wouldn't think.
Hey, Molly, listen.
Oh, William, this is such fun, really. Isn't it just too quaint eating in a place with paper napkins? Just like a picnic.
Sure is, Bubbles. This joint gets more like a picnic grove every day. Even this finish tastes like poison ivy.
But, Maestro, I like this so much better than that little place you took me to last night. You know, the place built like a railroad car.
Oh, you mean Donovan's Diner? Say, that guy slaps together the best corned beef hash in town, Snooky.
Oh, really? I wasn't criticizing the food, my dear. Only I forgot I was not on a real railroad train, and when I opened the door to go back to the club car, I fell right into a garbage can. Oh,
You hear that, McGee? And her telling us about what an exclusive place they were going to have lunch.
Oh, well, I guess she found out it's hard to tie a feed bag on over a high hat. You want any dessert, Molly?
Oh, no, thank you, McGee. I'm finished.
Me too. Hey, waiter, give me the treasurer's report.
Yes, sir. Here you are, sir. 2 lunches at 65 cents, $1.30. Cover charge, 10 cents each, $1.50.
Okay, Bud, I just... Uh-oh.
What's the matter, McGee?
I left my money home on the dresser. Let me take a couple of bucks, Molly.
I haven't a dime with me, dear.
Oh. Now, give me the check, Bud. I'll sign it.
Sorry, sir. Against the rules.
Huh?
You have to get it okayed by Mr. Populus.
Huh? Oh, okay. Excuse me, Molly. I'll be right back. Hey, Nick. You know what I done? I left the house without any Now you take my recipe for a pork pie, Chef. First, you cut the pork into cubes, see? About 1 inch square. Then you rub your pan with garlic. Wait a minute. How are you doing, Molly?
Oh, dear. Mr. DePopolo says we can go when I finish these 12 stacks of dishes, McGee.
Well, take your time, Molly. I'm in no hurry. What was I saying, Chef? Oh, yeah. Then you take about 2 pounds of breadcrumbs, mix that together.
Fibber and Molly will be back in just a moment, which leaves me just time to remind you that in these bad weather days of March, your floors, furniture, and woodwork need the protection of genuine Johnson's wax. Floors that have been regularly Johnson waxed laugh at wet, muddy footprints. A damp cloth removes the dirt, and the rich beauty of the waxed floor remains intact. That's why we say, when you walk on wax, you save your floors. For the same reason, woodwork and furniture that is Johnson waxed is more beautiful, easier to keep clean, and guarded by the tough wax shield against scratches, dirt, and smudgy fingerprints. Have you examined recently a can or bottle of genuine Johnson's wax, either paste or liquid? You'll find listed right on the package more than 100 labor-saving uses for this famous wax polish. Read this list carefully. It will save you many hours of work throughout the year and add greatly to the beauty of your home.
Now, look, McGee. Next year, when Make a Pal of Your Wife week comes around, leave me know so I can buy a pair of rubber gloves. The idea of making your own wife wash dishes in a public restaurant.
Now, wait a minute, Molly. That ain't fair. How did I know Nick would be so daft dressed?
Well, we shouldn't have gone there in the first place.
Huh?
Any restaurant that the government forces to serve bicarbonated soda with every businessman's lunch.
Hey, wait a minute. Why does the government do that?
Well, they're trying to relieve the distress of the small merchant. Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox, speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you all to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Tonight's program with Fibber McGee and Molly. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coats present Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly, with Bill Thompson, the King's Men, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with I Got Rhythm. And here in their living room at 79 Wistful Vista, full of breakfast and contentment, all unaware that fate is coming up the walk in the form of a man with a bag on his back, and it isn't Santa Claus, we find Fibber McGee and Molly.
Now, look, McGee, while I do up the breakfast dishes, why don't you take the car down to the garage and get that noise taken out of it?
I took it down yesterday. And you know what?
No, what?
Oh, this will slay you, Molly. I drove the car up to the garage and says, hey, I says, can somebody here take a noise out of this car? And the guy says, sure, he says. I'll have a mechanic ride on the running board and see if he can find it. I said, this car ain't got any running board. He said, well, thanks for telling me. I lose a lot of mechanics that way. Don't you get it, Molly? I said, no
It
running.
ain't funny, McGee.
Oh, well, it's whimsical. You see, the lap comes where the fellow falls up.
Oh, there's the mailman, dearie.
Oh.
Ask him how much airmail stamps are today.
Okay. I'll pinch a few first to see if they're fresh. Come in.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here's the mail for you folks.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mailman. I'll take it.
All righty. Now, let me see. Here's something from the Bon Ton Department Store. That's just a circular. You don't want that.
Hey, what's the...
And here's your new Collier. Very funny cartoon on page 26. At least there was. I tore it out so I could show it to my wife.
Hey, listen, bud. If all mailmen are like you, no wonder Farley's losing his hair. Why don't you just...
I almost forgot. Here's a registered letter for you, Mr. McGee. You just sign right here.
Huh? Registered letter? Okay, bud.
Oh, who's it from, dearie?
From the City License Bureau.
Does it bother you if I read over your shoulder?
Yes, it does. Get out of here.
Oh, all righty. You can tell me about it tomorrow. Good day, good day.
Heavenly days. What a snoopy mailman.
Mm.
McGee, what's the matter?
Dad-ratted, long-eared, ham-handed, button-brained numbskulls. They can't do this to me.
Who can't do what?
Them mugged down to the City Hall in the License Bureau. They say we got to get a new license.
Oh, they do they?
Yeah.
Well, we can prove we were married fair and square, McGee. The idea, after all these years.
No. Not a marriage license. A dog license.
We haven't got a dog.
Of course we ain't got a dog, but listen to this. Mr. Fibber McGee, 79 Wistful Vista. unless you appear at this office within 2 days and obtain a 1940 license for your dog, we will be forced to proceed against you according to Section 1 of Paragraph 3 of City Ordinance 1781 in the old book, which carries a penalty of a $5,000 fine and or 3 years in jail. Oh, so they're going to prosecute me, are they? I'll show them pickle-puss politicians down there they can't pull no wool over my eyes.
Well, what shall we do?
I'll show you what we'll do. As the guy says when he tossed Darwin's book into the fireplace, they ain't going to make a monkey out of me. Give me the telephone.
Here.
Thanks. Hello, operator. Give me the City Hall. Oh, is that you, Mert? How's every little thing, Mert? What, eh? Your little 10-year-old brother. Come staggering home plastered. Really got pie-eyed, eh, Mert?
Oh, how disgraceful.
No, the kid was in a pie-eating contest and got so plastered up with lemon meringue he couldn't see where he was going. What, eh, Mert? Oh, never mind, Mert. I'll try it next week. Thanks.
Couldn't you get to City Hall?
Nope. Mert says them politicians down at the City Hall are so rushed these days you can't get a call through.
Well, why are they so rushed?
It's all on account of Izzy.
Izzy who?
Oh, you know. Is he going to run for a third term? Is he going to announce it soon? Is he playing possum? Oh, stuff like that there.
I see. By the way, is there any law against the third term, dearie?
Nope, just tradition.
Oh, just tradition.
Yeah, and you know what that means. A tradition is an unwritten law that nobody dares to bust. On account of if they do, it'll be made into a written law, and somebody's liable to repeal it, and then the fat's in the fire. You can't repeal a tradition. Say, that ain't bad. Remind me to write that down.
It is written down.
Where'd I write it?
You didn't write it, you read it.
Oh. Well, now, let me see. What was I doing? Oh, yes, that dog license. That rat them guys. We ain't had a dog for 7 years.
Oh, has it been that long?
Well, I think so. See, now, we got that pup in 1912. Uncle Dennis dropped in for 2 days in 1922. Went home again in 1927. We started work for Johnson's Wax in 1935. Got our first belly laugh in 1938. Why, Chuck, it was all of 7 years ago, Molly.
Well, I guess there's nothing to do but go down to the City Hall and get it straightened out.
Dad, drat it anyway. It seems like I'm always going down there to complain about something.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I heard Alderman Brorby say the other day that you were getting to be quite the moan about town. Well, let's go.
Okay, I'll learn that mob of flag-waving baby kissers. They can't push Fibber McGee around. Come on, let's go, Molly. Oh, rat, dog.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, little girl. Now, don't bother us now, please.
Why?
Oh, I'm sore, that's why.
Oh, gee, that's too bad, mister.
Well,
If you weren't so big and I wasn't so little, and we had a place to sit down, you could sit on my lap and tell me all about it.
And if liver wasn't so good with bacon, we'd eat more eggs. Now, run along, sis.
Hey, mister, hey.
What?
Hmm?
What do you want, sis? We're in a hurry.
I got Esther, Bunny.
You mean Easter?
No, Esther. That's his name.
Oh.
I got Esther for Easter.
Did your mother buy it for you?
Sure. I asked her for Esther for Easter.
Reminds me of the time I was in Panama, sis. I crossed the isthmus on Christmas on business.
Hmm?
Oh, let it go.
What, my rabbit? Gee, I guess I won't let Esther go, I bet you. He's a nice rabbit, and she's cute, too.
You're on the wrong show, sis. This sounds like the Battle of the Sexes.
Why?
Well, to be frank...
No, it's Esther. Frank is my goldfish.
Well, to be frank about Esther, you don't seem to be sure whether it's a buck or a doe.
She's both.
Oh, no, she isn't.
Oh, yes, she is.
Oh, no, she isn't.
Oh, yes. Well, gee, she cost my mama $1, and that's a lot of dough these days. Go on, mister.
While we're waiting for Fibber and Molly to return, I'd like your attention for just a minute. How many times during the year do you ask yourself, where does all this dust come from anyway? Well, dust comes from a lot of places. In your home, it comes mainly from the outdoors. Dust blown up from the fields and the streets and carried inside on shoes and clothing or by the breeze. Now, if you could live in a hermetically sealed house and never go outside, you could keep this dust out. But obviously, you can't do that. What you can do is to protect your floors, furniture, and woodwork with genuine Johnson's wax. Dust cannot cling to a gleaming Johnson wax surface. Scientific tests have proved that when floors, tables, windowsills, picture frames are Johnson wax, only half as much dust collects there. This means less work in dusting, and it means also that your entire home is always cleaner, more beautiful. Genuine Johnson's wax, paste or liquid, performs the double duty of protection and beauty. Order some tomorrow.
Look, Molly, now that we're down here, let me do the talking, see? I'll show these City Hall dumbbells they can't push an honest taxpayer around. Hey, Bud, which way is the dog license bureau? Oh, hello there, old-timer.
Oh, there, Johnny. Oh, daughter. Dog licenses?
Yep.
What kind of dog you got?
We haven't got a dog.
And what you want a license for?
That rabbit, we don't want a license. We came down here to tell him we ain't going to buy one.
That's kind of silly, ain't it, Johnny? But on second thought, maybe I better go with you. I ain't got a dog either.
Now, look, Mr. Oldtimer, we received notice that we have to buy a 1940 dog license or be prosecuted. And we came down to protest.
Hey!
Oh, you're no help. But as the soda-mint tablet says to the glass of water, I'm going to settle somebody's hash.
That's pretty good, Johnny. But that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, Bob Hope says to Jerry Colonna, says, is it true that thousands of dentists recommend our toothpaste? Yep, says Colonna. That's what they keep telling them down at the orifice. Oh, dog licenses. Yeah, well, right down the hall, Johnny, and scratch at the door. So long, kid.
Scratch at the door. Why, that old stoopo.
Well, here's the license bureau, McGee.
Okay. Hold my coat while I roll up my sleeve.
Oh, no, McGee, please.
Well,
Let's try to settle this thing peaceably. Besides, you might get hurt.
oh, well, all right. But remember, you talked me out of it. And the first wisecrack I get from one of these guys, wham, you stock him with your purse.
Now, wait, McGee. Promise me you'll keep your temper.
Well,
You frighten me when you fly into these races. After all, you know, you're the killer type.
am I really? Gee. Well, come on. I'll try to control myself.
Something for you, sir? Marriage license, building license, hunting or fishing license?
Nope, dog.
And we haven't got a dog.
Oh, then you want a license for a dog you're planning to get, is that it?
No, it isn't. We haven't had a dog for 7 years, and we don't want another dog.
Well, then why, madam, do you wish to get a dog license?
That's right. We don't want to get a dog license. That's what I come in here to tell you.
Now, excuse me, sir, but if every citizen came in to tell us he didn't want a dog license...
Oh, answer the phone.
Just a moment, please. License bureau? Yes, madam. Yes, dog licenses are $2.
Why, of course I think you should have a dog. No, they're no trouble at all. What? Why, certainly not. Oh, what if they do track up your kitchen linoleum? Just try a little Johnson self-polishing glow coat. See how it protects the linoleum against certain scratches. What? Johnson glow coat. GLO-COAT. It requires absolutely no rubbing and no buffing. You just pour it on, spread it around, and let it dry. Oh, don't mention it, madam. Can I expect you in tomorrow for a dog license? Oh, that's great. Good day. Sorry to keep you waiting, folks. Now, let me see. What kind of dog did you say you had?
Wire-haired terrier. That's right. I told you we didn't have a dog. Look, we got this official notice to come in and get a dog license.
But we haven't got a dog.
Yeah.
You're not concealing your dog to avoid paying the tax.
I tell you, we ain't got a dog.
No, we haven't had a dog for 7 years. And he was 15 years old then.
Yeah. Well, that makes him 22 years old now. Remarkable age for a dog. You must be giving him wonderful care.
But for the last time, we haven't got a dog. We just come in here to protest against this notice.
And we refuse to buy a license for a dog we don't even own.
Oh, so you don't own the dog. Who does then?
Nobody does. That's right anyway.
Oh, I see. A stray dog. Well, you'll still have to take out a license for him.
Now, listen here, my fine-feathered friend. If you think for 1 minute that you...
Now, McGee, temper.
Oh, but look, Molly, they can't do this to me. I'll take this up with the mayor himself. I'll take it up to the United States Supreme Court. Yes, I'll do better than that. I'll tell Walter Winchell.
Oh,